The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Oh my gosh, Eric Von Crybaby, quit complaining about every damn thing.
All right. That's no way to... Am I complaining I'm a crybaby? Because
apparently.
I'm thinking, like, what are the things that when I say, like, I don't like war. I don't think people... It's like, is that it?
Yeah, quit whining.
Yeah. I'm tired of the intelligence agencies running this country. Oh, it's just me crying, I guess.
Quit your bitching.
Is that what it is? I'm just a crybaby?
Apparently, Eric. Apparently, you're just a crybaby.
I guess caring about others is being a crybaby.
You know, and it takes a big man.
That's right.
To say something like that. You're very brave.
Takes a big man to sound like this. Yeah, just like we got the kid out of here. We pay a
Get
kid.
him out of here.
We pay a kid on cue. I just point, and I go cut.
Oh, I'm lactating.
Well, this show has already brought out the motherly instincts in Autumn Fit. That's the power this show can have.
We do have a lot of power.
Just every once in a while, you know, the host will be like, man, I just wish these politicians would think about the people, everyone. Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh, Eric Von Crybaby, quit complaining about every damn thing.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'd like to...
Clear your throat.
No, why don't you shut up? You stop complaining too, April Fisher.
Is it too obvious for me to point out that gentleman was complaining? Those in glass houses, sir. All right, I'm going to try not to be a crybaby today. And we have an open micer who wants to, because we're trying to figure out the new Von Kings.
We can make a killing off
Every
Von King.
show that is really doing well on television and all over, you know, all those podcasts, they all have sports books they're attached to, where people can bet on things. And I'm like, well, I want to be part of the future. I don't want to be left behind. We got to figure out a way so that people can bet on each episode of this show. Figure out some sort of over-under, that sort of thing. And this guy's got the right spirit.
Hey, this is for the Von King sports betting program. I'd like to bet $3 today on Eric's microphone squeaking 6 times or more.
Ooh.
Thanks a lot.
It's a good
Dave
bet.
out in Carrollton. It bought me 40 degrees this afternoon at 12:45, and I'm taking down my Christmas lights.
Well, it's about time.
You're a little late.
It's about time.
Oh, my Christmas tree's still up.
Oh, no, Autumn.
Now, hold on. Oh, okay, when you say your Christmas tree is up and then the chorus of Me Too comes out, so is that because you're still in the Christmas spirit or you're just lazy?
Yes.
I've taken down the half of the stuff.
Yes.
I've turned the lights don't come on anymore, so it's really just become a thing in the living room.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah, it's
so, some people have difficulty letting it go.
The baubles are off the tree. It's just the lights in the tree.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
we're
further than
past
me.
Orthodox Christmas. We're past Epiphany.
Yeah.
It's time to take it
Hey,
down.
you know what? Look, if you want to stay in the Christmas mood until February, I guess that's fine.
Then
But I
it
think
becomes
it
a
would,
Valentine's tree.
it would signal, I think, something else going on, though. I mean, I think it's fine if you want to if you don't want to let go of Christmas and you want to keep your stuff up until the middle of February. I'm saying, as a libertarian thinker, I think it's fine. I wouldn't pass a law. I wouldn't get in touch with the HOA and rat you out. But I do think that it might be an indication that everything's not copacetic. There may be some troubles, some things that maybe you're not facing, and you're using Christmas lights to blind yourself to, maybe the deeper issues that you might be dealing with.
Oh, we have neighbors who still have Christmas lights outside.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think we still have, I think for the most part in our neighborhood, it's gone. I give people to like January, like the first weekend of January, or maybe like
December 26th.
or January 15th. Now, see, also, by the way, I think that there's something weird going on when you're taking them down the day after Christmas.
Yeah, that is weird.
There's like some kind of
over.
Let's go.
But
Come on.
people do what they. It's because they put them up too early during
Right.
the year. Now, when you put them up before Thanksgiving, you're ready to take them down. The
Yeah,
day
even
after
if you don't
Christmas.
put them up, I think now because the commercials and everything started Halloween.
Yes.
Even if you don't put them up until a couple weeks before Christmas, you're kind of exhausted by the
Yes.
time
All right, but who's in charge of that, Jared? What if you want to put them up in October?
I'm the Christmas czar.
I think that we do need someone to, I wouldn't say hard and fast rules, but perhaps guidelines, protocols, suggestions, guidance.
It does feel like the snow kind of extended the holiday
Yeah.
spirit a little bit.
I guess that would be true because lights look good when they flash off of snow.
And you have to ask yourself where the gray
Did it
area.
snow? I didn't hear. Did it snow? Oh, okay.
You got to ask yourself where the gray area is too, because sometimes people leave Christmas lights on their porch year round, and
Yeah.
I think that's okay. But
If
like
you
the
don't
front
turn
of
them
the
on, you're
house-
saying without turning them on. They just leave them there so that every year
no,
they don't
it's
have
like
to get out of a
decorations.
ladder.
It's not really Christmas lights. They're
It's
just
decorative.
lights.
If they're the white ones, that's okay. If it's the,
Yeah.
the multicolor ones, that's kind of odd.
Oh, cool with the
Yeah,
white
we have
ones,
a
huh?
house in the neighborhood that's got kind of like, there's always some kind of light show going on. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they always have some kind of light thing happening. Because I drove home yesterday, I pulled in the neighborhood at night, and I'm like, what do they sell? I guess they just have lights. I guess they just do lights. And that's all right. It's a good way to stage your home.
I've got a cousin whose lights, like they are their Christmas lights, but they're designed to be up all year. They're very low profile, and they have different modes, so you can switch them for different holidays and
So,
stuff.
yeah,
Cool, make them like orange for Halloween.
Exactly.
Well, that's the
exactly.
weird thing is when I was growing up, there were no Halloween lights. Like lights were a Christmas thing. There were no Easter lights. But now, what am I going to rally against it?
You put the jack-o'-lantern out. That was your
Yes,
light.
That was your light. Well, now we really sound like old people. You put your jack-o'-lantern out
Oh
there.
my gosh, Eric Von Crybaby, quit complaining about every damn thing.
That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. You tuned in. You can't hold me completely responsible. I mean, after all, you tuned in.
Do you know when I got rid of my jack-o'-lantern, Eric? When I was a
Yes.
kid and in my mom's house?
I realize you sound like you're trying to sound very youthful now when you're saying this,
No.
and not old man crotchety.
No.
Hey, Eric, you know when I? Okay, yes,
Probably around March when the snow was gone and there would be this rotted,
Yeah.
semi-moldy pumpkin behind
that's
a bush.
beautiful. See, that's a.
I still have my pumpkin. It wasn't carved, so it's still just hanging out.
Oh, it's not rotten like ours.
Oh, what? You just put marker face on it? You just
no, I just
Sharpied
didn't
it?
carve it. I just liked it. It was kind of green.
Here's a
It was like
pumpkin.
green and orange.
I've
How
got
long-
pumpkins too, to be honest.
Oh
My
no!
goodness, people, get rid of your
Jared,
pumpkins.
get on it.
Get rid of your
we need to get rid of
pumpkins,
them. Well, the funny thing is,
Pumpkins go before Thanksgiving.
I remember
Says who?
Not before, right after Thanksgiving. As you transition from Thanksgiving to Christmas, the pumpkins need to kind of go away. I think.
agreed. Absolutely, and I think it's interesting that in the north. So
Thank you
so-
for your support,
Well, so
Jared.
so they would stay like good.
Yeah, because they don't rot like down here. If you carve a pumpkin the week before Halloween down here, by the time Halloween rolls around, it's rotten and moldy and sunken in.
Well,
But it's sa-
as a kid, I remember taking the pumpkins after we were done with Halloween, and I would throw them into the woods growing up. And in the South, they would start growing other pumpkins. So we would,
They grow here too.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
they would start. You would start with pumpkins for next year.
Jared Pumpkin Seed.
yeah.
Roaming the South. You know, there were no pumpkins in the South before
What?
Jared.
Till old Jared Pumpkin.
Yeah,
He would sow the seeds.
He couldn't do apples because he's allergic.
he's allergic to apples,
right.
so he decided I want to introduce
This tasty fruit.
this tasty fruit to one region. Much as was Johnny Appleseed real, or was that a made-up folklore thing?
It was not real.
Is it
It's
real?
gotta be true.
You think I don't?
was not
is
real.
Is there somebody alive today who has DNA evidence that they are descendants of?
I feel like there was something
Johnny
about like
Appleseed?
an arborist or something that made it their mission to do something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know if that's like a newer story or if that's the
John
Johnny
Chapman.
Appleseed
Yep.
origin.
John Chapman.
John Chapman. Now, what's the idea? He walked from like all over the country spreading
From-
apple seeds.
Florida to Maine.
Every British soldier that he shot, he would put an apple seed in his body, and then the tree would grow. No, I just made that up.
That would have been cool. I would say that guy has to be more famous.
He planted a lot of apple trees across the Midwest.
Oh. But I mean, did he do it as a job, or was it just like he
Yeah.
was a crazy
He was
person?
a weirdo.
He provided settlers with apple seeds and established orchards.
I'll
Thanks.
bet
I
you
don't
he
really
was-
need this.
I'll bet you he was like good to hang out with for one day, and
Yes.
then by the second day, it's like I can't talk about apples anymore.
You can make a
we
lot
talk
out of
about
apples.
pumpkins?
You got apple sauce, apple cider, apple juice, all sorts
I
of
understand
things.
that, Johnny. I understand.
Y'all
that.
need some apples?
Do you ever think of anything other than apples?
I do not. And in 10 years, after you plant this seed, you might have an apple or two.
He was apple crazy. The people back then used to say, "He's apple crazy."
For some reason, learning about Johnny Appleseed, I always used to get his story confused when I was a little kid with Davy Crockett for some reason. Those were the two
Well, they
crossover
both
stories.
they were both. Yeah, I can see how that could happen. You can see Johnny Apple. I think they wore hats that were kind of
made of fur, a beaver
Yeah,
hat.
the beaver hat. I think they both
Raccoon or whatever.
I think in illustrations, Johnny Appleseed. Really, they just kind of ripped off the. They just ripped off the
Davy Crockett
one,
Did
and
Davy
also
Crockett have
toss
the
in
big
Daniel
ox?
Boone too. By the way,
Yeah.
'cause I don't know what's the difference.
Yeah, seriously.
Who's the one with the oxen?
That would be Paul Bunyan.
Oh,
Who's that?
Paul Bunyan
And Babe
is
the ox.
Babe the. Oh, I thought it was Blue. Was it
Babe the blue ox.
Babe the Blue Ox. That's
Some people
folklore.
call his good friends called him Blue.
I believe that's
They were
called-
giant. He was a giant, and the ox was giant, and they
Yeah.
chopped down forests.
Yeah, that one
Right.
is not true.
No, there was no giant with a big
What is the
blue
lore
ox.
behind it? Like, why did they tell this story?
Deforestation.
What? No.
Forestation.
He's not. He's shown as some sort of hero. He's not shown as somebody who pillaged the land. I don't know. I didn't
I
pay
hate
attention.
him.
These stories. Greta Thunberg is not.
I heard that story and it inspired me
Greta
to yell at
Grumberg.
everyone I know.
Yeah. What was the purpose of those tall tales?
Yeah.
Which were
You
like
know what?
our
We had
mythology.
the good tall tales that were the German ones that like taught
Yeah.
you lessons. That
Yeah.
like if you sucked your thumb, then Struwelpeter will come and chop your thumb off with his scissors.
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
Whereas
to
now
learn.
we're like a guy walked around and he had seeds.
yeah. Paul Bunyan
Okay.
was pro-logging. So
he was pro-logging. He was like, he was chop those
he
trees down.
represented the industrious nature and hard work that the loggers.
But did he start as some sort of
Exemplified.
commercial mascot, or was it just a tall
thought-
tale that was told?
I thought he was going up against like machinery, right? And then
that's
he
John
no,
Henry.
No, that's John Henry was the John Henry. He was real, right?
He laid down track, and he beat the machine that was laying down train tracks.
Now, was that
Is
just a
correct?
song? Was that just a
I
song,
don't
or was
know.
that guy
This
real?
is off of,
I know Johnny
ancient
Cash.
memory.
I know Johnny Cash and many
Brothers
others.
with Johnny Appleseed, right?
Yeah,
What about Billy Joe McAllister? Did he really jump off that bridge?
he
He
jumped
did.
off the what was it? The
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee, not the Chattahoochee.
It was the
Shut it.
3rd of June.
That's when it happened, the 3rd of June. Why did that become famous? Just Bobby Gentry got interested in that story and wrote a song about it, or was it?
I think her beautiful voice.
This is a thing where we're just starting the show off, just wondering about folklore.
Chatting.
We're trying to separate the real from the fiction here.
The
Like,
wheat.
the
from the
wheat
chaff.
from the chaff.
Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Onion Patch. I went around planting onions.
Less popular.
Nobody talks about him.
Well, people like onions.
Ariel Asparagus. Nobody,
Just
nobody-
We
difficult
wouldn't have asparagus in this country without that person.
That's right, but people just don't get that excited. People like
No, it's
apples.
because his pee smelled really bad. He
Yeah,
was
it's
peeing
true.
everywhere.
Oh, and then you couldn't be in a room with him because you'd be
Yeah.
those one-room log
You
cabins.
want
Oh,
some
he's stunk.
asparagus?
It's like no more.
You know, you can make good coffee from asparagus.
That's
All right.
right.
No, we don't want to do that. Not today. So the guy who bet on whether my microphone arm would be
Already
squeaking.
like 3.
This is something that I think we should use this open mic as a rallying cry to actually get this changed. And so I'm always told, we make jokes. What do they say? Submit a ticket.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what that means. In order to get things done in a corporation this size, apparently, you have to submit a ticket. And then who does that ticket go to? Is it like, in this case, it would be engineering. If it was
conductor.
something else, it go to the conductor. So depending, my guess is, depending on what the area is, the ticket goes to
Each department, yeah.
the department, right?
That's necessary.
And who decides? There must be a middleman or woman or they.
Oh, it's a lady with it's the operator, right? That has that thing in her ear.
Yeah. She
and
has
she's
to
putting plugs
decide.
into different places. She's putting
Yeah.
tickets into different.
That's
spots.
right. Right.
Yeah.
She takes the ticket out of our cubby hole and puts it into engineering cubby hole. But we really. So can we just fill out a ticket right now?
Help, please.
Yeah, I need a new microphone arm because
New microphone on. That's engineering. Help, please.
yeah, my style is to kind of move around when I talk. It makes me feel comfortable. And so I think that we need to change this because I know it does annoy people, especially probably if you're listening podcast. Listen to that. If you have headphones on, I mean, it's just got to be awful.
Does nobody else move the mic stand?
No, I'm an original.
Like no one else is complaining about this.
Oh, no, they broke the mold. They broke the radio broadcaster mold.
They're gonna tell folk
Just
tales
stop
about
touching
it.
That's right. Microphone arms will be squeaking all over the country. Dad, why
And the
did
microphone arms rang out.
Dad, why did radio die? Well, they never fixed that whole annoying people with the microphone arm thing. And people couldn't take it anymore. So who do we
That's
go?
Eric Von Mike Arm.
Can we open up a ticket right now? And
I
just
think
do this?
so. I'm looking at all the different categories within the ticket here, where it says there's engineering and IT, digital technology.
I think it would be engineering.
What about
Okay.
the division of microphone arms?
I'm not
Yeah, is
seeing
there
that.
a subcategory? Or...
I'm going to put things together because last time I got a new mic condom, I got it from engineering.
you know what you
so-
should do is
If the mic
tweet
condom.
it or whatever it is, exit or whatever.
Post it.
Post it. X.
Well, then the mayor of Atlanta wouldn't see it because he's
Yeah.
no longer on X.
Oh no!
He's on Blue Sky.
So I've clicked on engineering and IT, and these are your 5 categories here.
All right.
You have your information access request,
Okay. No, we don't need that.
new offboarding request,
No, we're not leaving.
notify
Well,
out of
not yet.
country,
No, I'm not leaving. Just got back.
onboarding, and then I think this is
Ben-
the most logical is report an issue.
Yeah, we want to report an issue, Jared. Can you click that button?
Okay, I've clicked it.
And the issue is we need a new microphone arm.
Too
and
squeaky.
It's too squeaky. And if you want to be, if you want to throw a little sass in there, the host happens to have been in many other studios and production rooms in this building where they have brand new microphone arms. Look at the one that George has. That's what we need.
Wow.
George has.
Nice and silent.
The
Move it
yellow
around.
tech.
Move it around. Move it around, George.
You want a yellow tech? Put that in there. You want a yellow tech
Yeah.
microphone arm.
Tell him to send me one too.
I can't even make it squeak.
Oh, I see. Okay, look. Now, listen.
Push it.
Come on,
You
we're submitting
need-
tickets.
No, submit your own damn ticket, all right? Don't
I
jump
know
on
how to
my ticket.
Okay, see, here's the hang up here, guys. So
Gosh, so
now,
selfish.
now in the category of report an issue, you have digital tools, internal business, company issued computer, desk telephone, email, mobile device, the WSP hub, printer, Q365, suspicious email, VPN, or none of the above.
None of the
None
above.
of the above.
Okay.
Why doesn't one say equipment? It would be obvious it's equipment.
Just keep pushing buttons till an operator answers and sends you to the right number.
Yeah, can you type
That's what I do.
assistant? Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're well on our way to having a new microphone arm in the studio. I
Funny, too, like,
apologize.
you
I can't
truly
do it.
Don't do
any other way.
anything off air. You don't do anything business off air.
No, I don't. I don't.
Would you consider this
If
low?
if I have to have a meeting with the doctrinaires, I'll do it in
Yeah,
the 6
it's on
o'clock
there.
hour.
Would you prefer this to be low, normal, or urgent?
I would like it to be urgent because we've needed it for like a year. And
But that's not their fault that you didn't tell them for a year.
It's
hey, don't tell them that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Use guilt.
Is
Somebody
this-
knew.
is
Oh,
this
yeah,
issue?
Jared Yamamoto, my producer.
It
And
says-
don't, George, you're kind of the associate
Yes, that's
producer.
true, that's true.
Is this issue
Sitting
impacting?
back there with your hot new microphone arm.
Is this issue impacting multiple users or a widespread audience? What do we think?
Yes.
Widespread audience, yes, my
Widespread.
audience. Have you seen the ratings? Quite widespread.
Baby the dog hates it.
Dog is barking. He can hear the sounds that we can't.
Yeah.
See?
All right,
It
now
hurts
says,
the show.
in a paragraph, describe the issue you are experiencing.
My issue is that when I move around the microphone arm, it squeaks a lot and makes noises, and that annoys the customers. That would be our listeners. Those
And
would
the
be the
customers
customers.
are always right.
Well, mostly.
No, for the
Usu- oh, yes, they're always right.
Come on.
They're always right. Like
And
when they
Jared
come
said,
up to me,
Autumn needs one too.
like whenever they come up to me and say, I
And
love
Autumn
your
doesn't need
show.
one.
I love your show.
Sorry.
They say that. I love your show, Eric. And then they say, but you should let the doctrinaire speak more. And then in that situation, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, the customer's always, well, not always. Not always.
Let me
need
tell
to
you
send
what
a
I
ticket
think
for that?
about Gaza, Eric. Thank you for allowing me my.
You know, I want to give all the doctrinaires their opportunity to get this show canceled.
All right, I've submitted the ticket.
All right, it has been submitted.
Let's go.
Shouldn't we have some sort of like celebratory?
That's what happens when you hit submit.
Autumn,
Get to you when we get to you, you whiner.
All right, let's not talk all over each other. How long have we been doing this, for heaven's
Well, I didn't know
sakes?
someone was going to play a stupid
I wasn't
sound while I
blaming
was
you.
talking.
I was blaming him.
Oh, good. All right.
You always think I'm blaming you, and I
Yeah,
only
what
am
is that,
like
Autumn?
half of the time, 50%.
What
of
are you
the time.
blaming me about that for? Are you
What?
talking to me?
Projection.
What's going on with this Autumn? I find I was thinking
Oh,
about this
nothing.
today as I was brushing my teeth.
Were you?
I was. Yeah, I was thinking Autumn wants credit. So I was bringing this up the other day about Eric in his 60s, realizing it's okay. It's fine not to get credit for things that you should get credit for. It's fine if people think you're an idiot. And then these thoughts, I was thinking, that's usually what Autumn gets mad at me about. Like I didn't give her credit for something. And I want to say to you, Autumn, you do deserve plenty of credit. As the co-host of the show, you deserve plenty of credit. But I want to try to see my new vision, which is it's fine if you don't get credit. It's fine. Go through life. People don't give you the credit you deserve. Don't get twisted about it.
Oh, I don't get twisted about it. I think it's just a you and I thing.
It is.
Yeah.
We have issues.
Daddy.
Two of us.
I also have daddy issues.
I shouldn't have been so mean to her when she was young.
Well, I see.
When she was young.
We have a semi father figure-ish relationship.
Yeah.
Not totally, because I feel like we are peers, but age differences and
I'm old.
but whatever.
So
And
you're
like
saying?
when I met you, the age I was versus what we are now. But
And I kept my hands to myself. I think you should point out.
absolutely.
I think you as a gentleman
see 'em.
always.
Couldn't see your hands. Couldn't know
Well,
what you were
yeah.
doing
Just
with them.
trust
They
me.
were always in his pocket,
Trust me. Trust me.
reaching for change.
Hey, you need some change out of that. I can break a
He just
dollar.
fished
Just
this out of
stand
you.
there a little bit longer. I'll find this sooner or later. It's down there. I got a Susan B. Anthony down here somewhere.
No, that never happened.
No, it never
But
happened.
sometimes when I have, talked about something for so long and then you've maybe chastised me for it or like said that maybe I was silly for thinking that way or whatever. And then when you come around to my point of view, it's like, what the?
I usually give you credit.
saying that.
I give you credit.
Yeah.
I usually do. Yeah.
That didn't sound like it.
She loves and hates me. It's a love-hate relationship.
That's good.
She loves me more than she hates me. I'm sure of that.
Keeps the relationship interesting.
But
you want to have a little love and hate.
If she were to fall off a bridge tomorrow, and I don't want that to happen, but if she were to fall off a bridge tomorrow and lose her life, I would not be completely surprised if while cleaning out her things, they found a voodoo doll that said Eric on it.
A manifesto against you.
Bunch of pins stuck in it.
Start fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Do you know starting at just $16.99 a month, a Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long? But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. Simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
It's the time of year that Mama Bear and I work on our annual budget. Between you and me, I'm starting to think we're spending too much on salmon. Fortunately, with Scana Energy as our natural gas provider, we have options to save that fit our needs. Sign up and get up to $100 today. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/100 for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
As Georgia's homegrown leader in business insurance, Builders partners with thousands of local businesses to safeguard workers and help them return to their lives after injuries. Explore reliable workers' compensation solutions at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Plan today so you can potentially do the things you've always wanted in retirement. Listen Saturdays at 6 to Retire Ready with David Nicholas of Nicholas Wealth Management. Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story: after 15 months, a deal to end the fighting in Gaza and bring the hostages home.
CBS News special report. Celebrations in central Gaza after a deal was reached to end the fighting there. President Biden says dozens of the 100 hostages being held by Hamas will be released in phases.
In exchange, Israel released hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. And during phase one, the Palestinians can also return to their neighborhoods.
And the president says the IDF will leave the enclave.
When phase two begins, there will be an exchange for release of the remaining living hostages, including male soldiers, and all remaining Israeli forces will be withdrawn from Gaza.
CBS's Margaret Brennan says a Trump representative had a hand in the negotiations.
I am told by sources in the region and U.S. officials that they were working really as a team representing the United States, pressing Israel to agree to concessions.
CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
A group founded by former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams is hit with a big fine by the state's Ethics Commission.
This $300,000, this certainly represents the largest fine ever imposed in Georgia's Ethics Commission, but it also appears to be the largest ethics fine that we've seen by any state ethics commission in the country.
Commission Executive Director David Amati says the fine is for 16 ethics violations, including failing to report millions in fundraising and spending during the 2018 campaign. The New Georgia Project has 30 days to pay half the fine and a year to pay the rest. A new audit shows it's becoming more affordable to attend college in Georgia. The performance audit of the University System of Georgia finds students now carry about 40% of the financial burden at the state's public colleges and universities. That compares to 49% in 2017. It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Dealing with a crash in DeKalb County right now. Right lane blocked, 285 southbound, the inner loop, Highway 29, Lawrenceville Highway exit 38. That's adding to the delays back into Doraville. Earlier stall, it was in the center lane, cleared downtown, 75-85 southbound just before I-20, but it's already a slow ride from the 85-400 merge. And water main repair continues, shutting down Claremont Road between Dresden Drive and Bragg Street in the DeKalb County, Chamblee area. Use Buford Highway or Peachtree Road as your alternates while the repairs continue. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, high 51, lows tonight in the low 30s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, high 54, that west wind gusting 30 miles per hour. Partly cloudy on Friday, morning low 30, afternoon high 55.
47 in Austell, 48 in Tequila, 53 in Fayetteville. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm here to introduce you to a new procedure that Dr. Ashraf is performing called laser optics. This changed my life, folks. I was so tired of wearing contacts and glasses. The glasses were not around when I needed them. I had astigmatism, so the contacts didn't fit me well, and I had beginning stages of cataracts. So I went in. I was a great candidate for laser optics. It was a quick, painless procedure. The next day, it was like everything was in HD. The colors were more vibrant. The leaves were more vibrant. The sky was more vibrant. My husband was better looking. Everything was great. Laser optics with Dr. Ashraf, Atlanta Vision Institute. Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Also, take the quiz to see if this is a procedure that's good for you. Your medical insurance may cover it. That's 2020atlanta.com.
We are here with the CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, with the new calendar year upon us, I want to propose a what-if question to you and get your reaction. So, Matt, what if we finally go into a recession this year? Now what?
I want to say market volatility, probably not as bad a thing as you might think. Volatility actually creates opportunity.
And so if your plan is to try to time the market, you're going to time when you get in and when you get out, trying to avoid some future recession, I'd say good luck. That's really difficult to do. A better strategy would just be to assume that a recession is coming and then make sure that you're comfortable riding out that storm and riding out that market downturn. If you're not actually comfortable with those feelings, if you're not comfortable riding it out, then I would say, okay, it might be time to take some risk off the table. Matt, we know you don't have that crystal ball, but it's always important to have a plan for the what ifs in life. I got one more for you. What if I'm ready to make the call? How can I reach out to you and the team at the Vincent Financial Group?
I would love it if you called us today. Our number, 770-280-1488. Again, 770-280-1488. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and try to learn all about you. You might bring in a big folder with some statements. We may not even open those statements because that first meeting is all about who you are, where you're going, what's important to you, and how can we help keep you out of the two ditches on the side of the road, fear and greed, and get you to the retirement plan that you want for yourself.
That's 770-280-1488. That initial consultation, no cost, no obligation from the team at the Vincent Financial Group, 770-280-1488. And we invite you to join us for Retire ATL, Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities, offered through Matthew Decker, Georgia Insurance License number 2880209. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.
Maybe we should do the word of the day, huh?
Yeah,
good. Let's do it.
Word of the day.
Okarong. Okarong.
Okarong.
Must be delicious.
Yeah, that's what it is. It means delicious. No, it does not mean delicious. And it's kind of a weird thing because it's kind of like two words together that make one word. First, A-U, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, C-O-U-R-A-N-T. And I always said au courant. I always pronounced the T, but apparently it's
au courant.
And it just means that you are up to date. You are fully aware. You're familiar. You're cognizant.
Oh.
You know
you're current.
Yeah, you're current.
Oh, current.
You are current. Au courant.
Au courant.
And I just think we're going to be featuring words this week that I think people see and read and are in their lives, but they've never taken the time. Everybody's seen au courant.
I've seen it.
But you just kind of like, as you're reading, you go, I think I know what it means. It means current.
Au current.
Au current.
That's how I say it, and I'm going to have to change that now.
This is how you say it.
Au courant.
Yeah.
Now, I must use that. The host, that's me. I have to use that word or two words or however you want to look at it in a sentence in a natural, organic way before 7 p.m.
What do you think it's
laughing?
2 words? Isn't it just one?
I'm laughing because it's 2 words, so it would be words of the day.
I know, it is kind of 2
or
words.
Phrase of the day, the phrase that
I
pays.
wonder about that sometimes.
Be careful.
I've wondered about that myself. But what I would say to you, Tim Andrews, is why don't you just stop being a crybaby? I'm with that caller. I'm really sick and tired of all the
nitpicking,
the whining that goes on. So 1 word, 2 words, doesn't matter. It's the word of the day. Au courant. I know that Jared Yamamoto is probably very, very excited. You know, he's Mr. ATL. He gets he has a lot of regional pride. He loves Atlanta.
Born and raised here in this great city.
Yeah, born. I don't know about raised, though. He jumped around. He jumped around a bit.
I, for the most part of my life, lived in the metro Atlanta area. I could say that.
Stop bragging.
Of my 35 years living here, living on this earth, 30 of them were in the metro area.
What about before you lived on this earth?
Well, I don't know. I was a twinkle in my mom
You
and
are a
dad's eyes.
Oh.
That's how I was thinking of giving him a new, he's been, the handsomest producer in all producery. I was thinking of changing that to the aging twink. I know that you get very excited whenever we're number 1 in anything. And again, you'll be happy to know that Hartsfield-Jackson, once again named the busiest airport in the world. I know you're excited, Jared.
Bravo, Atlanta. Bravo.
What about things that were number 1 in, but it's bad, like number 1 in inflation?
Well, he still gets excited.
Still good?
Yeah. The way he looks at it, if inflation is going to be bad everywhere in the country, he wants Atlanta to be number one. That's all.
Okay, the best at inflating.
The best at inflating. No jokes there? What? So everybody's suddenly getting real responsible. I like that. I do like that.
We're just nervous.
Enough of this gutter talk with the Von Hessler
I
doctors.
just did my yearly goals with CMG. So.
Oh, by the way.
I just did mine too.
So this is what I got to
a
work
threatening
out.
email about it.
I
Do
gotta-
it now.
I got to work out in my next contract that I don't have to do these things because I usually don't. I mean, I know I can't get out of the DEI and the sexual harassment videos. I know
the
I
record.
Can't get out of that. Can't get out of that. But these silly things where you have to tell the company your goals and this is dumb. What's my goal? I want the show to be very popular and I want it to have huge ratings, and then you do with it what you will. I heard they're asking how are you going to help the bottom line and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's options, right?
Oh.
Like they have these weird Chat GPT sort of sourced options that you can put in where it's like increase by 15% in the OPI's TMG LNDN.
See, those are in the customized goals. You could find those ones, but then I just went over to the manual and I'm like, I just wrote my own. I'm like, okay, these are the goals that I want.
My goal is the show remains so popular that I don't have to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because when you're 7th, boy, you got to do all this kind of stuff. But
I was like, get good ratings and make me full time. Those are my goals.
that'll never happen.
I know it.
Well, because I'm fighting against it behind your back. So
Are you?
well, I gotta come clean. They've been wanting to give you a raise and full time and benefits for years now, and I'm just behind the scenes. I've just been going, nah, not yet.
Why are you keeping me down?
She's
you don't
not
like
ready.
women to succeed.
I think
Is that
you're
what it
on to
is?
something
She needs
there.
to grow
You
a
may
little
be on.
bit
You may be on to
grow.
She said, I just go in every once in a while. They're like, "Are we ready?" She's not ready. And then it's like, okay, look, we want to give her all this money. Listen, I've known her for a long time. She's not ready. She'll probably just go out and buy crack with it. You don't want to do this. She's better off the way she is right now.
They have a big treasure chest underneath our boss's desk just for
Yeah,
Autumn
they're
Fisher.
waiting for me.
Yeah. And I've struck a deal with them, so when it finally does come through, she doesn't get the back stuff. I get that. But for training and helping and bringing her along, mentoring. That there's a cost there. So I'm sorry about that. Maybe that was wrong.
Are
I'm gonna
you?
rethink it. Well, it's kind of funny. I find it to be funny.
I like the little, just like what you talk about, where like men are wearing women's underwear.
Yes, I was going to say
nobody knows, but it's like I have a secret.
I was going to use exactly the same example.
I know
yes.
you too well.
They're so comfortable, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
They hold stuff in. I would assume.
You buy a size bigger than you would normally.
Right. Yeah.
Or you can put them on backwards so you have like more.
No, I like the front.
I'm going to try that out. First of all, you've seen the difference in size between my wife and myself. The idea of me putting on her under things is not really in the realm of possibility.
She's a tiny one.
How come all my underwear are stretched out? What's going on?
Nothing. None of your business.
I don't know. What do I know about your underwear? Why are you asking me? What am I? What am I? The sheriff of underwear around here?
Yeah.
I'm not the sheriff of underwear.
We found out
good,
yesterday.
Good name for today's podcast.
We did find out yesterday, remember, that the average American only has 4 pairs of good underwear.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that.
I don't either.
Maybe I just don't want to believe that because I'm talking with these people and shaking their hands from time to time.
Do we live in an underwear desert?
We need a government program.
We do.
Folks,
black people don't have a lot of underwear.
Underpants. We did that, Joe. We did that.
We did it. We beat big underwear.
So he had a big Joe Biden. So I guess there's a ceasefire between Gaza and Israel. That's a good thing. Nobody can be against that. Seemed to me like he was. I wouldn't. It's like when they say like if you get pregnant, don't tell anybody for 3 months, just because things can happen and you don't want to. And I feel like whenever you broker a ceasefire like this, I wouldn't go on the world stage and talk about how. Let's see how it takes. This region of the world. There are bad actors on both sides that would just try to make things happen because they don't like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the moment we should be fighting. I know that's hard to believe, but every movement has it. And things can happen. So I think that, like, the way that he was taking a victory lap, obviously you're going to announce it. Hey, this is a good thing. We've been working hard on this. And if I was president, I'd be like, and hopefully it takes. Or we're looking forward to seeing it through.
Well, there are plenty of people over there that want this to continue.
Right. That's what I'm saying on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm saying every movement has its never negotiate, never have peace types. And sometimes when within movements, when they lose out to the people who are negotiating whatever, they will then kind of like try to start something, make a situation happen that will make everybody angry again. This is true. This happens in every movement. And so that's just me saying, hey, this is a good thing. Hopefully it sticks. I guess the hostages are going to be released, which is good.
That's probably the best news out of all this, is that the hostage on both sides, they're going to get released.
So, but I wouldn't have that victory lap because, things fall apart fast in this world. And I'm rooting for this one not to, but
I don't think Netanyahu spoke on it quite yet. So there's some finalizing.
We're mulling it over.
Yeah, because Biden was like, "We did it."
Actually, Donald Trump did it.
Come on, don't bring that up. He's not even president yet.
Well,
I figured Biden, though, to your point, Eric, I figured he would have waited till tonight when he was doing his big address at 8.
Hey, he got that one out. But does this happen all the time? I guess it does. It's kind of I know they have exit interviews with presidents, but is there usually is he getting like prime time?
He is. Like, we're carrying it here.
He's going to do his rose and thorn of his whole candidacy, of his whole presidency.
Well, his whole life, I think. It's going to be I've read there's supposed to be a summation of 50 years of.
And then Corn Pop came along, and I told him, hey.
The kid's like my leg hair.
Sometimes people can lose me. Remember when Trump, when he gave his speech at the convention, and it was just after he got shot, and they had said he's going to talk about that evening. I was like, okay, this is going to be wild. I want to see what, from his point of view. And he's like, it was a hot day in Pennsylvania. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Very hot day.
It's like
He consulted Ken Burns for as a speechwriter.
Yeah.
He didn't get a call back.
Dearest Melania.
No.
They're calling this Biden's farewell address to the union.
Yeah, but
to the nation, excuse me.
Farewell, I think of farewells like you see that stuff like when people used to get on ships and everybody would show up on the shore and they would just be waving like crazy in black and white, like as the ship took off, and that's a farewell. It's a farewell. People care about the fact that you're leaving and going overseas. Is the country demanding a farewell address from Joe Biden?
Eisenhower made a farewell address.
Yeah,
and that's when he said he came up with some phrase that
He's
we used.
Military-industrial complex.
Yes,
yeah, we ignore that one. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
When he predicted everything that was about to happen, we kind of ignore that one.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Our farmers feed us all. For generations, they've done what's best for the land. So why is the litigation industry threatening Georgia farmers' go-to crop protection tool? Without glyphosate-based herbicides, crop yields will drop, costs will soar, and we'll all see even higher grocery bills. Farmers need to be supported, not controlled. To keep glyphosate available in our state, go to TakeControlGeorgia.com. Paid for by Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
This past year has been incredibly tough for me. Hey, it's Belinda. Last year, I lost my dad. And most recently, my mom passed away peacefully at home. Please bear with me. My heart is broken. But I'm so grateful Mom was able to remain in her home until the end, thanks to the outstanding caregivers. I just have to tell you about Four Seasons Home Care. Mom loved the caregivers who took such good care of her. Knowing she was in good hands allowed me to be there as her daughter without the stress of managing everything alone. And I was able to keep up with my own responsibilities as a wife and mom, knowing we had these angels who were there day and night, making sure that Mom had everything she needed and fulfilled her wish to stay at home where she was most comfortable. Hey, if your parents are aging, don't wait to get caregiving help. Call Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call and it can make all the difference. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing better weight management treatment options. Making sure that those who need GLP-1s have access to them is the first step.
1 mile complete.
And we help them take the right steps after that, giving them the personalized support they need to keep going.
1 more mile complete.
When it comes to healthcare, a better experience means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Christina Edwards here. If your home is like mine, it is built on our famous Georgia red clay, which absorbs moisture and is very slow to dry out. It can cause a drainage issue in your crawl space, potentially growing mold and producing that musty smell. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will walk you through the issue and only suggest the repairs you need to solve the problem. Visit AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
So it's that time of year where we all play that mental game of what's going to cause our next power outage and ruin all our groceries. Down trees, ice, category no thanks wins. Lucky for you, the pros at Castile Electrical are here with same-day service and fully stocked trucks to get your home's electricity back in action with a whole home generator installation. And with our flexible payment options and $500 off installation, your budget can rest easy. And so can your mental state. Book today at CastileAir.com.
This holiday season, it's all about gratitude. This is Scott Slade, and to share in that spirit, I'd like to share a few heartfelt thank yous my friends at MyLand have received recently.
I was in such a financial bind with heavy credit card debt dating back to COVID. MyLand went above and beyond to save me over $500 per month and eliminated the high interest rates on my credit cards. What a relief! I will be referring my family and friends to MyLand. Thank you.
Folks, I could read testimonials and stories like this for days. If you haven't taken the time to call MyLand to see what options are available for you to save money with your refinance, you need to set aside a few minutes and do just that. Call MyLand, 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com, spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage License C148769, located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLand is an equal housing lender.
You know, as popular as this show is, I'm always looking for ways to grow. Keep my finger on the pulse. Where are the trends? What's going on in media? And so I've decided, after looking at, what's making it, that what this show needs is more UFC fighters and comedians.
You damn right.
Wow.
This seems to be the ticket. People really, I like Joe Rogan, but I don't think I've sat 3 hours through anything. Almost, the Trump one almost, which was what, 2 hours?
2.
I didn't make it all the way through that one.
RFK was 3.
Yeah, I didn't make it through the Trump one because he started talking about taking that flight into Afghanistan when he fired those generals or whatever, and he just kept talking. It was so dark.
There were no lights.
No
We
lights.
Just
It was
landed.
beautiful.
The headlights on the plane.
They brought this thing in. They turned everything on. And this is like 20 minutes later. I'm like, okay.
Wow. That's
But,
crazy.
but you got to be smart, right? You got to be smart. Remember in the 70s, the Bee Gees started having all those hits. You can't tell on the way out. And a voice like that. Then all of a sudden, what was Mick Jagger doing? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yep.
You want to stay on top. You got to stay with the big dogs. You got to see where things are going. So in that spirit, Jared, I expect to have a UFC fighter and a comedian that I know personally.
No.
Once a day.
Get Brendan Schaub. He's both.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Do people know who that is? I know online, like in my YouTube world, he's all the rage. As far as people making fun of him.
Yeah, they don't like him.
But most people don't know who he is, right?
Oh, Bert Kreischer, then.
Another one that gets a lot of hate online.
I don't know why.
Well, look, you can give me all that hate if you gave me that bank account at the same time. I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, he's blowing his nose into money. Well, they don't like me, huh?
Let's face it. It would be best to do something that you really love and be rewarded for it. But if you can't do what you love, it'd still be great to be rewarded for it. So I'll go out there and take my shirt off.
And tell the same story every day.
Yeah, sure, whatever. If it's gonna swell my bank account, and then I have a bunch of people online, so, oh, this guy's telling the same story.
The downfall of Erich von Hessler. I shouldn't have done that guy's voice.
Well, you know what happens? It's interesting because you have all these podcasts. Many of them are the same. They're like comedians, and they all go on each other's. They kind of run out of stories after a while. But then you have the YouTube channels that deconstruct and make fun of those, and they say, "Oh, he's saying the same things over and over again." This one guy goes after Rogan because, apparently he'll go off on the same things for 20 minutes, whatever. But then, because of the monetization and the videos that you make that make the most money, you're making the same videos over and over again, complaining about Joe Rogan using the same material over and over again. So everybody's chasing the dollar, right? No one's above it, except for Autumn. She does it for love. She doesn't even want money.
That's why I'm here.
And that's why
all the money.
That's why it's such a good team. Everyone on the team recognizes that one team member should get most of the money. See, you got to get the people who all agree.
Just like the Lakers.
That's exactly. I'm your aging LeBron. Man, he used to be great. Yeah, he earned it. He may not have his A game anymore, but he earned it.
He's good enough.
He's good enough. I would say, as we come on this next break, and we have Bill Crane coming up in the next hour, to anyone who doubts when I say that our show is completely improvised every day, I would point you to the first hour of this show.
That was a good hour.
Absolutely, but nobody would ever write down on paper that we would, and then we'll start here, we'll go there.
Johnny Appleseed segment.
We'll start with the fables and the myths. And
I'm going to submit that first segment of this first hour to the Georgia the Georgia Radio Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Do they exist
the Friends
anymore?
of Georgia Radio.
Friends of Georgia Radio. Yeah, you have to put that in there. Say, hey, if this doesn't deserve some sort of recognition, I'd like to know.
Questions.
I'd like to. Nobody else is explaining Johnny Appleseed. That SOB.
I don't know that we did.
Who did an expo? I don't think we did either. We brought him up, though. That's a start.
Facebook got rid of their fact checkers. We have our Fable Von Hessler Doctrine fact checkers.
Oh, do we? Yeah. Nobody's going to get away with disinformation on this show except for me.
Yeah.
It's my job to disinform you in an entertaining way.
Of course.
What do you want to say, George Clark?
It's not different disinformation when we do it. It's fables.
It's fables. That's right. It's. Are you saying that? Are you going back to that old thing we were talking about where they don't have any right to talk to us about disinformation when they told us that George Washington, the whole chopped the cherry tree down? That was taught to me in school. I mean, I don't remember being taught to me in school, but I remember in the books that I was reading while I was in school, that story was in there, and it wasn't in italics.
Yeah, that's interesting because for us, it was always taught as folklore.
Really?
For you, it was always taught as if it were true.
Well, it was not. It was taught as folklore, but
okay.
It became a part of the narrative.
I was never taught to me as folklore.
No teacher in school
ever
said that.
No, what I'm saying is, but it was in books that I read.
Right. But the teachers, when they brought it up, kind of alluded to it being a myth.
I don't remember that.
Now, Abraham Lincoln sleeping in the same bed as a man. That was
well, listen, that's more than reality.
I reject that.
Hey, it was a different time.
Tim ripped that page out of his book.
It was cold. They didn't have a lot of men.
Hop in here and warm me up, Mr. Seward.
Welcome to the White House.
Men used one another as organic HVAC systems back then.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
It's the 50th year of the Giant Atlanta Camping and RV Show. Georgia's largest showcase of new campers, travel trailers, and motorhomes. 4 days to shop, Thursday through Sunday, the 23rd through the 26th. Atlanta Expo Center, AtlantaRVShow.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story. It is breaking news at this hour in Cobb County. Police say one person has been shot on the property of Lindley Middle School in Mableton. The school has been secured and placed on lockdown. Police say there is one victim, but that person's identity and condition are not yet known. We are working to learn if the shooting happened inside the school or on school grounds. Investigators say the campus is cleared and secure. Parents can now pick up their children at Leland United Methodist Church on Veterans Memorial Parkway, which is near the middle school. No word on possible suspects. Stay with WSB as we continue to update this breaking story out of Cobb County. 50 degrees in Atlanta, falling into the low 30s tomorrow before we warm up into the 50s by the afternoon. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A deal to end the fighting in Gaza.
CBS News special report. President Biden says Israel and Hamas have reached a ceasefire and hostage release deal.
This is the ceasefire agreement I introduced last spring. Today, Hamas and Israel have agreed to that ceasefire agreement.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio is in Tel Aviv, where people are celebrating in the streets.
There is happiness, there is relief. I'm texting some families of hostage victims, and they're saying that they are, quote, very excited for it.
There are also celebrations in Gaza. The hostage releases will be spread out over several weeks.
For every one living hostage that is released, it's understood that 30 Palestinian detainees would be released in exchange.
Eventually, all Israeli forces would withdraw from Gaza and reconstruction will begin. The ceasefire will take effect on Sunday. Israeli airstrikes are continuing at Gaza today. CBS News special report. I'm Michael Wallace.
The largest fine ever by the State Ethics Commission targets a group founded by former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams.
The New Georgia Project agrees to pay $300,000 to the state for 16 ethics violations during the 2018 campaign. Commissioners found the group raised and spent millions of dollars that they didn't report. Commission Executive Director David Amati.
I think this sends a pretty clear message to the parties, to the public, and to potential bad actors moving forward that if you break the law to influence our elections, we're going to be diligent in our pursuit and we're going to hold you accountable for what you've done.
The group has 30 days to pay half of the fine and a year to pay the rest. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Thousands remain under a boil water advisory due to a water main break in DeKalb County. Repair work continues on Claremont Road near Dresden Drive. Many residents are experiencing low water pressure.
The lower part of the county is where the water is having difficulties reaching, so that's where you're going to have the lower water pressures, not around the area where the break is.
David Hayes, interim director of DeKalb County Watershed Management, says the break is in a nearly 85-year-old pipe. It is weather-related. Crews are optimistic the repairs will be finished at some point today. A major gasoline pipeline running through Metro Atlanta will likely remain shut down at least until the end of the week.
Colonial Pipeline officials estimate it will be Friday before they can reopen Line 1, which transports millions of gallons of fuel each day from Texas to the Carolinas. Crews are working to determine the source of a suspected leak near Pegco Bridge Trail that forced the closure of the critical pipeline on Tuesday. Paulding officials say they are in communication with the company and are on standby if road closures or other public safety measures are needed. An official with Gas Buddy says it is unlikely to affect gas prices unless it begins to impact refinery operations. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
For the 9th year in a row, Hartsfield-Jackson remains the #1 airport in the nation for guns found on carry-on bags. The TSA says it found 440 at security checkpoints last year. The next closest is Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport at 390. The TSA's Mark Howell told WSB last summer it's a hassle for everyone waiting in line.
Whenever we have a firearm come to the security checkpoint,
What it does essentially is slows down our operation.
The number of guns found at Hartsfield-Jackson was actually down more than 2% from the previous year. It is now 4:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Starting off with the travel advisory in DeKalb County, Bill. Car fire cleanup, 2 right lanes knocked out. 285 westbound, the inner loop before Boulder Crest Road, exit number 51, already jammed up from I-20. Take I-20 westbound toward downtown as an alternate. Now, before you get there, coming out of Doraville, long-lasting trouble has been in the right lane. Looks like should be clearing soon. 285 southbound, the inner loop, Highway 29, exit 38. So that's adding to those delays back toward Peachtree Boulevard. Now we got a travel advisory northwest Atlanta. Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
That we do. Couple right lanes knocked out with a crash. 75 north of Paces Ferry Road, exit 255. Really putting the pinch on your ride. Heading closer to the ballpark. Might be time to avoid the area altogether and use Highway 41 as a fast track. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Fair skies this evening as temperatures fall to low 30s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 54. Friday, partly cloudy, morning low 30, afternoon high 55. Rain showers arrive on Saturday.
Right now, 50 in Decatur, 48 in Milton, and 51 in Forest Park. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Thank you, Rick, for allowing Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine to hit the airwaves. We didn't get a new microphone arm, but we did get some lubrication.
Got grease.
Got greased.
Gun oil?
Yeah, it's been gun oiled.
Barney butter.
Barney butter.
That's right. Some
It's
Barney
been used.
butter. Good old Barney butter.
You could use it for it's more than delicious.
You should see what I use it for.
Remember, January 24th, we're going to have them on.
We are not having Barney butter on. But we are, however, having this next gentleman on. Oh, we don't have a sounder for Bill Crane, do we? We should we have him on a lot now, and we don't have a sounder for him.
I have got a cool one developing.
Oh, what are you making on AI?
No,
One of your goofy.
no,
now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Crane.
You see this right
It's
here?
going to have the
Look
whoosh at the beginning of it.
I just like an explosion. There should always be an explosion after the guest name.
Boring.
The Crane Report.
You're done with those AI. You made a few pretty bad AI sounders for us. Hopefully
Yes.
you're past that.
So we are going past the AI sounders. I've got some cool ideas. It's in the workshop.
What do you think will happen first? I'll have a sounder for Bill Crane or a new microphone arm. By the way,
sounder for Bill Crane.
I was like, hey, can I just have that arm, that the one that George has? And I was told, yeah, if you have $800. Apparently these are pretty expensive.
What?
Yeah, like $800.
Get them on Amazon.
I said I'll pay for it. But then Bill Crane came in and said, I'll pay for it. Eric, I'll buy your microphone arm. Right, Bill?
Yeah,
Right? Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Bill Crane is our political expert from CSI Crane. He is the senior, not because of his age, but because of his
That
position.
too.
Both. It happens to work out. The senior political analyst for WSB writ large. Television, radio. Are we in anything else? Online, magazines?
Yeah. We're connected in a lot of different places.
We're dabbling in a few, adult
Bumper
sites, I
stickers.
believe. I don't know. We're trying to make money any way we can. But Bill Crane is right there. If you need political analysis, you have Bill Crane. Bill, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Glad to be here as always.
So I wanted to start off with, this is kind of an odd thing. And I want to get to the one man's opinion that you wrote about the LA fires. And to me, these are kind of tangentially connected. And that is that the mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens, announced yesterday that he's leaving X for Blue Sky. And to me, this is some sort of kind of like virtual signal, that I'm X is bad and Blue Sky is good, and so I'm going to go there. And if you look at what happened with L.A., it's really kind of like the perfect storm exposed years and years of bad governance pushed by virtue signaling and these sort of things. I'm not predicting that anything that bad would happen under his watch, but isn't it the mayor's job to represent everybody and communicate with everybody? So shouldn't the mayor just like have one of those things where you push it out to all of those so that you can reach everybody that you can?
It's silly to try to weaponize social media platforms. So it's sort of like saying, I'm never going to speak to Fox News if you're a Democrat. Audience is audience, and people are people, to your point. And there are people who are on Instagram. There are people on Facebook. There are people on X. I've never tweeted, but I can't say I've never done X. If it's the right message and the right platform, you should use it. And Blue Sky largely has a partisan aim, and a liberal to progressive to worse than progressive bias in terms of its content sources. And I've heard a whole bunch of people that are freaked out about Facebook changing its moderation policy. My column that you mentioned, I wouldn't put in Facebook jail, if you will, for things as innocuous, is writing a column about a very, very prominent, well-regarded lobbyist, a guy named Abbott Massey, who died a couple months back. I've known for years. And the title of the column was "The Best Governor Georgia Never Had." It was quoting Nathan Deal speaking of this man. I never said he was governor.
Right.
I said the best governor Georgia never had. But
and so fact checkers
found that to
swooped
be
in
and blocked that content from the readers on Facebook. So when you use AI to do some of that, there's trouble. When you use people who are not, this tallest stack of learning, there's trouble. So I'm a big advocate, as I know you are, for free speech. I'm a libertarian, as I know you are. Stay out of other people's lane. Don't mess with their property, their viewpoints. They can think and say what they want to think and say. And I think that's kind of the way government should be approaching the public in terms of communication.
And also the whole concept of fact checking, the people have rejected it because I think rightly so, and it may just be common sense. People understand that there are very few to no purely objective human beings who can look at things like politics. Now, it's much
or
easier.
Even folklore, like y'all were talking about
Yeah.
Johnny Appleseed a bit ago. There's a grain of truth in Johnny Appleseed and Paul Bunyan and John Henry and some of the stuff you're talking about, but it was basically propaganda to justify America's manifest destiny at the time and indoctrinate school children. And we know that now, but we didn't know that then. But, now they're Disney characters.
Right. So, that to me, it's just the smugness that comes off of these people who are parading around as misinformation experts
Well, and
or
that's the
disinformation.
That's the link to California because
Exactly.
you have
smugness. Thank
the
you.
governor of California this week, while the fires are still burning, doing appearances primarily on podcasts, but saying things like, "I'm the governor of this state. I want to know what happened." Me too.
Yeah.
Me 3. me 20% of the United States population, and they don't have answers other than things that are very obvious. They drained reservoirs. They redirected millions of gallons of snowmelt and rainwater. They chose salamanders over people. They ignored when insurers started canceling coverage. They ignored weather forecasts. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't know the Santa Ana winds were whipping up.
Yeah, I read an article the other day that these private firefighters, which is not really what they are, they're actually people who show up at your home and they kind of like
Sort of
flame-proof.
claims adjusters on the front end. They're protecting
yeah.
your property from a major claim.
So my understanding is that one of the major insurance companies that has a division or a third party that they outsource this to, they started moving 2 hours before the fire was reported because they could just look at the conditions that were out there and they knew they had to be out there flame-proofing some of their clients' homes. And you just wonder, if they had that information, why wouldn't the people who are governing the state and the city not only have that information, but be working on that information, be forward-thinking? Another thing, Bill Crane, I think you would agree with me on, for a state of people who claim to believe so vehemently in the perils of climate change, well, if that's true, wouldn't you be doubling down on fire protection, given the geography of where you live?
Shrug at burning millions of acres and killing the wildlife in those millions of acres. Tom Hanks had his home survive, and he had fire breaks on all 3 of the land-facing sides, and his home faces the ocean on a cliff. And for those of us unfamiliar, and I've covered this in some reporting days and came from a part of Georgia that for a time had time with forest fires, trenches 10 feet or more in width will stop most fire from jumping across. Just digging a ditch or putting flame retardant or non-flammable material of some few feet in height will stop fires. None
Some of the
that
problem
was
with
done
the
other than by
wildfires-
individual property owners.
Yes?
Sorry, some of the fires in California were being spread through the air from those embers and things because of the...
Correct. But unless it landed on a roof that could burn,
Yeah.
and
you flame-proof those homes, which is done by...
or
the thing that
use
gets me about the
ceramic tile, or use steel, or use metal roofing.
And also, the winds are the Santa Ana winds, and they knew they were coming.
They come every
and
year.
And they knew that there was a cocktail being whipped up here in this situation that, there's always going to be fires in L.A. So once you add those winds, maybe you could over-prepare, and it's not as bad as you thought that it could be. But
Where's the budget for that?
Well, that's where's the budget?
Here's
I'll answer
the budget
for
for
that.
question. So during the pandemic, traffic declined, rain increased. These things happened in California. The budget surplus for the state of California in 2022 was $33 billion with a B dollars.
So that's surplus. They've paid all their bills. They got $33 billion.
Gavin Newsom was bragging about it being good management.
Yeah.
That would have been the time
Yeah.
to make some rather significant
Well, one of these
investments.
reservoirs in the Palisades apparently was bone dry.
117 million gallons of water drained almost a year and a half before this fire.
Yeah.
Because of some salamanders.
I thought it was smelt.
Well,
the smelt too. The smelt and the small salamander.
Also, I believe with this particular reservoir there was some sort of mechanical problem.
There was
but
that
it's
too.
been a year and a half that they haven't taken care of it. And again, if you're going to go on and on and on, like I'm 100% in the climate change, what it is, we're causing it, the effects that are going to come from it, and you believe that and as a mantra, as a state government and a city government, the logical thing is that you would be spending more money on fire safety
protect.
to protect, exactly. So
the first job of government is public safety and to protect. We're sitting in Atlanta, about a mile and a half from the two primary reservoirs that are at the Hemp Hill Pump Station. They're empty right now, but the reason they're empty is the city of Atlanta built a new reservoir another mile and a half further north of that's 2 billion gallons of water in the northwest park.
I looked at it today.
Because we had a scare. It's nice to know.
I was out in the park today. I took a look at it.
I thought about it earlier.
In the West Side Park. I took a nice view of it.
What was it like? Was it 2007 or something? Remember we had that drought scare? And we were told the reservoirs were not filled.
And that's what pushed Atlanta. Lake Lanier got within 3 days, I think, what they call zero pool, meaning they don't have enough water to pump for the use, what they're obligated to give the city of Atlanta, DeKalb County.
That's when I was in high school. They were saying, I remember I had teachers that are like, you're not going to be able to graduate because there's not enough water.
And they were talking about shutting schools down in large users. So... And we're north of all the agricultural use. But
so my question is, this new big reservoir, is that a result of learning a lesson?
The Vulcan Quarry was an active mine, and they were looking to sell their land. And the city of Atlanta invested, I think it was $2.5 billion in building all that out, and the infrastructure. There's water pump stations there. And then when Shirley Franklin was mayor, we did a lot of reconstruction of our sewer system. Like there's a sewage plant that's underneath Piedmont Park on the lower end of Piedmont Park. It used to be literally an open cesspool.
You're not talking about what goes on at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, I'm not talking about that's the back of the park.
Okay.
That's more towards the botanical gardens.
Alex Williams says there's a car fire cleanup on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, Eric, and the fire is out. That is the good news, but they still have 2 right lanes blocked. Travel advisory, 285 westbound, the inner loop before Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. You are jammed back to I-20. Take I-20 westbound toward Moreland Avenue, then you can shoot south there and re-enter 285 westbound. Elsewhere, it's a slow ride through downtown, starting on 400 southbound from Lennox Road, and you're going to stay on the brake pedal until you get down to I-20. Northbound delays, University Avenue, heading up into Midtown. We got trouble on 400 heading into Forsyth County, Ed Rusico, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Trouble indeed. Got a stalled right lane here, 400 northbound at McFarland Parkway, exit 12. No estimated clearing time. Will keep you updated. In the meantime, those delays looking a little tough, so avoid the area and use Highway 9. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When the news matters to you.
Several people feel sick after a gas leak inside a Residence Inn on Peachtree Street.
95.5 WSB has you covered.
We had a total of 5 patients that were transported.
Your 24/7 news source. When you need the story, all you need to do is listen.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
How about a simple New Year's resolution? One where you're guaranteed to succeed. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places where it's been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there's no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guaranteed. Simply put, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Did I mention the results can last a lifetime? Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR. See what meeting your resolution could look like at advancedhair.com.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to do what you do every day. When you think uniforms, floor mats, first aid kits, restroom supplies, think Vestis. Vestis, uniforms and workplace supplies for the people who make it all work. Learn more at Vestis.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Belinda Skelton here with Dr. Ashraf with the Atlanta Vision Institute, and I'm a proud recipient of the laser optics procedure because it literally changed my life. I went from wearing glasses and contacts and not being able to see leaves on trees clearly, being tired when I read books at night, tired when I worked on the computer for long hours at a time. And I know that you hear a lot of this, Dr. Ashraf.
Yes, Belinda, I hear all these accolades all the time from patients. It is truly a life-changing procedure. This will not give you x-ray vision. However, if you want to get rid of the hassle of glasses and contacts and want to improve the quality of your life, this is a great procedure for you.
Go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Take the quiz. See if this procedure is a good option for you. That website again is 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover it.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
All right, we're here with Bill Crane. Why? Because he is always au courant when it comes to politics.
Oh, well done. Is that the word of the day?
That's the word of the day. We can't quite figure out if it's two words and one word, but it shows up in the dictionary as a word.
You found a nice theme over the past couple of shows where when the guest is on with us, then you like to use the word of the day.
Makes it easy.
Au courant.
It makes it easy to figure out how to shoehorn a word in. Bill Crane. So Jimmy Carter passed away, and flags at is it half-mast or half-staff? I always get confused.
Well, they're the same thing. Half-mast is on a ship.
And half-staff is on land.
a flagpole.
Okay, so mostly half-staff.
Mm-hmm.
And deserves it, obviously, oldest living president, and probably had more impact after his presidency than before. Sort of, they say that he invented the post-presidency, but I don't think it lasted very long because I don't really see many other presidents out there building houses. But
no, that's not the same way. I mean,
Yeah.
the Clinton Foundation and what George H.W. Bush with the Points of Light Foundation.
Sure.
It did sort of.
It said you can do something after
you
you're
should
president.
do something.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry Truman did 1 or 2 more terms in Congress and then passed. Franklin Delano Roosevelt came to Warm Springs and passed away. Dwight Eisenhower was not well. Nixon went into exile. But post Jerry Ford and kind of Reagan forward, it was sort of a wave goodbye into the sunset. And
Yes.
I'll see you at the library.
Yeah.
And on TikTok.
And Ronald Reagan succeeded Carter, but Carter said, no, I can still make a difference. And I think that's what, as much as anything else, we're still recognizing.
Exactly. And so there's nothing in what I'm about to say here that says he doesn't deserve that. He should obviously, flag should have been a half-staff. You've told me there's no protocol. So saying 30 days was Biden's decision. And I believe, so the story here is that Trump is getting his way and flags will fly full staff at the inauguration despite Jimmy Carter's death and the fact that they've been ordered down. But I believe, because I'm cynical or I'm just recognizing the cynicism of politicians, but I believe that there was a reason that it was put through the inauguration, which was to create a bunch of photos for history of flags at half-staff.
Across D.C., which usually
While-
means a time of mourning. Yeah, and
while he's being inaugurated.
Right, and Joe Biden's presidency also ends that day.
Yes.
So he really shouldn't be, by executive order, directing anything that goes on beyond, particularly this close, when there's symbolism involved, as you just read.
And even then, and couldn't he have recognized and said, "Look, it's going to be 30 days, except for inauguration day. We're going to, like they could have put that in there." But I don't put it past the people who hate Trump, and there's still a lot of people who hate Trump, to have tried to engineer this so that in history, all the flags would have been at half-staff behind him, around him, while he was being inaugurated, so that they could kind of create their...
Think of the power of the images of the attempted assassination
Yes.
with the flag behind him and his hand in the air.
Yeah. And they removed the flag. A lot of places.
A lot of the images took the flag.
Isn't that interesting? They talk about misinformation and disinformation, and then they
tell you they
remove.
pushed in where you couldn't see it anymore.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think it was digitized out.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I think everybody in this room knows, a Trump fan. But you don't alter reality, and you don't purposely try to set somebody up for failure or make them look bad on a day of celebration, which is what an inauguration is. Whether you like the person being inaugurated or you don't like the person being inaugurated, I think the importance of that job, we should all wish whomever the next president of the United States is success and well.
Well, you would hope that they'll be successful in a sense that their
For the
success
country. For the
means that
country.
the
I'm not
country,
talking about
the
re-election.
country has been successful.
That's correct.
Yes. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 285 in DeKalb.
And at 425, it's the car fire cleanup that continues in two right lanes. Fire's out, but the two right lanes are blocked. 285 westbound, the Interloop Boulder Crest Road, exit 51, jammed up from I-20. Use I-20 as an alternate. And we're also slow, 285 eastbound, the Interloop starting at Georgia 400 and Sandy Springs around through Doorville. How's 285 on the other side of the wall, Andrew Seco?
Looking a little tough right now, Alex. The outer loop, especially on the north side, seeing the heavy brake lights. You are slow, 285 west from Peachtree Boulevard all the way down through Sandy Springs, through Smyrna Vinings as well, and it breaks free finally once you get towards I-20 in the southwest side. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Tiffany, said, Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful in answering any questions I had along the way. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Our farmers feed us all. For generations, they've done what's best for the land. So why is the litigation industry threatening Georgia farmers' go-to crop protection tool? Without glyphosate-based herbicides, crop yields will drop, costs will soar, and we'll all see even higher grocery bills. Farmers need to be supported, not controlled. To keep glyphosate available in our state, go to TakeControlGeorgia.com. Paid for by Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
At Cigna Healthcare, it's not just about getting healthy, it's about staying healthy. That's why we're designing a better way to treat obesity, starting with ensuring that those who need GLP-1s have access to them. But everyone is different, so we support them in many different ways, like helping them see a nutritionist.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
When it comes to healthcare, a better experience means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
At Shane Company, our engagement rings are the perfect blend of design, function, and beauty.
each one a unique work of art. We meticulously craft our bridal jewelry in our jeweler's workshop to the highest standards, expertly setting each diamond by hand, ensuring the structure is perfectly balanced, and sizing everything for the perfect fit. Shane Company offers a free unmatched lifetime warranty because your engagement ring is an heirloom that was made to last. You'll cherish your ring today, tomorrow, and forever. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Scana Energy knows every home is different. That's why they have options to fit your family's needs. Kind of like my family's popcorn preferences. Mama Bear likes extra butter, the Cubs put candy in theirs, and I like it all as long as there's lots of it. Whoa! Cleanup never tasted so good. Sign up with Scana today and save up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, it is the breaking news we're following in Cobb County. A juvenile shot on the property of Lindley Middle School in Mableton. Police say the school is now secure and no one is in danger. No word right now on the victim's age, but we understand that victim is in critical condition. Police say out of respect for the family, they are not able to share any other specifics. We are working to find out if the shooting happened inside or outside the school. Investigators, though, say the campus has been cleared and there is no danger to students. Lindley Middle School has just over 900 students. Parents are able to pick up their kids at a nearby church. Stay with WSB as we continue to update this story out of Cobb County. 50 degrees in Atlanta. Will we stay dry through the end of the week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A Gaza hostage and ceasefire deal to end 15 months of fighting.
CBS News special report: an agreement has been reached to release dozens of hostages being held by Hamas and pause the fighting in the Gaza Strip. President Biden at the White House.
The road to this deal has not been easy. I've worked in foreign policy for decades. This is one of the toughest negotiations I've ever experienced.
Biden said a Trump envoy was involved in the negotiations.
Terms will be implemented, for the most part, by the next administration. In these past few days, we've been speaking as one team.
CBS's Margaret Brennan says American hostages would be released in the first of multiple phases.
They could see the return, for example, of 64-year-old Keith Siegel, Idan Alexander, a U.S. citizen, Sagi Chen. We'll be watching for that, as well as the remains of some of the hostages in Hamas captivity.
Israeli officials insist the agreement has not yet been finalized. The Israeli cabinet will meet tomorrow to vote on the deal. CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
We've just received an update from DeKalb County on the water main break on Claremont Road. Work continues to repair that 30-inch water main, and it will continue until water pressure is restored. The boil water advisory remains in place until further notice. Residents in the affected area can still get bottled water at several locations nearby. A new trial is underway in Gwinnett County for 3 men charged with murdering a beloved high school coach.
Accused killers David Booker, Josiah Hughley, and Miles Collins are on trial together for the 2022 death of Bradley Coleman. Gwinnett County prosecutors say the trio, hoping to boost their Bloods gang status, carjacked Coleman at a Peachtree Corners Quick Trip, and that Hughley shot him when Coleman fought back. In opening statements, defense attorneys prepped jurors for what they contend will be allegations without evidence.
It's a circumstantial case, ladies and gentlemen.
The trial may take about 2 weeks. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
News about your health. The Atlanta-based CDC says 35% of Georgia adults are obese, and now there's a new recommendation on how to measure obesity.
For years, doctors have used body mass index, or BMI, to decide who is obese. Now the committee of scientists saying it's not a good method, saying it doesn't tell enough about the overall health of a person. Dr. Celine Gounder says instead, check your waist-to-hip ratio.
So if your waist is over 35 inches for a woman or 40 inches for a man, that means you do have excess fat.
The committee also recommends 2 new categories of obesity: clinical obesity for people who already have a chronic disease associated with obesity. The second category is called preclinical obesity. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
More than 3 decades after it banned red dye number 3 from use in cosmetics, the FDA finally bans the food coloring from food and medicine. Brian Ronholm at Consumer Reports report says it's been linked to cancer.
The science is really clear. It causes cancer in animals. There's also studies that show that it causes neurobehavioral problems in some children.
Red dye number 3 is used in many popular foods, including nacho chips, candy, ice cream, pasta sauces, and sodas. A Southwest Airlines pilot is facing DUI charges in Savannah. Police say David Alsup was arrested after boarding a flight at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. Southwest says it is aware of an incident that resulted in the delay of a flight this morning. The airline says it takes the incident seriously. The employee has been removed from duty, and Southwest is reviewing what happened. It is now 4:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues in DeKalb County. Car fire cleanup, 2 right lanes, 285 westbound, the inner loop before Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. You're already slowing back to Glenwood Road. Might want to think about using 20 westbound toward downtown as an alternate, although you will see the brake lights there. Approaching Moreland Avenue, 400 southbound, budget about 30 minutes as you leave Lennox Road in Buckhead. For the ride down to I-20, northbound slowing University Avenue up past Peachtree Pine. And we've had right lane trouble in Forsyth, 400 northbound before McFarland Parkway. Trouble on 285 in Cobb. Andrew Stico, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
New trouble indeed. Left lane crash making it a little bit tough here. 285 south, the outer loop at South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Delays all the way back towards the ballpark. You are slow going through Smyrna Vinings. Triple Team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Fair skies and chilly for tonight as temperatures fall into the low 30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny but breezy, high 54. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Friday, partly cloudy, morning low 30, afternoon high 55.
Right now it's 50 in Smyrna, 52 in Conyers, 50 in Palmetto. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and enjoy up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
All right, Bill Crane. One more round here. By the way, nice shirt.
Thank you.
Very stylish.
$9.
Temu.
I like the buttons there. Thank you.
Bill Crane, we have the new administration. What do we like? It'll be next Monday, the inauguration. Right. So a lot going on that day. It's MLK Day, it's Inauguration Day, and the National Championship is on that day.
That's right.
So don't say you're bored on that day. There's an awful lot going on.
Which one of those three I'll be watching. Not the championship.
Go Notre Dame.
I'm also rooting for the Irish.
We will be live that day, too, 3 to 7.
We will be live. Why wouldn't we be?
Well, because some people assume that maybe because of the holiday that we wouldn't be here. No, we are going to be here live.
Best of.
I used to always take MLK Day off. Not. I mean, it's fine. It's a great day. But I always thought it was like a target for radio hosts. Like, you know what? We just won't be on the air that day. No one will say anything that gets misunderstood, and I'll have a job. But I feel like I'm mature enough now to navigate all of those waters.
So your shock jock era.
Yeah, the shock jock era. We just like, nah, we're not on that day. Things can be misunderstood. So Bill Crane, the new administration coming in, the cabinet appointees are getting their hearings in the Senate. Now, I don't watch these things, so I read the next day, and basically even lefty kind of things are like, what's his name?
Pete Hegseth.
Hegseth. We're like, they really didn't lay a glove on him. He's going to be fine. Is that the way that you saw it? I didn't watch it.
I thought he had a bumpy first day, but I thought he's done a little better second day. The question, of course, is There are 53 Republicans, 51, a simple majority is needed to confirm. Joni Ernst of Iowa is the key Republican senator to watch on that committee. She's a former veteran, sexual assault victim, has expressed reservations about his nomination. If she were to verbally break, then I think she would be followed by Susan Collins of Maine, pardon me, senior senator there and senior legislator there, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, who have all expressed reservations about multiple Trump designees and for different reasons, and Pete Hegseth among them. But I don't think that's going to happen, and I believe he will be confirmed.
Yeah. My only now, so they're basically saying that he's been creepy at times with women.
In life or
no, just like with women, I'm saying they were at like a convention or something, and he wouldn't
the
take no. Like there's no actual.
The allegations, some of which are anonymous, are stronger than creepy.
Okay.
But
Okay.
They are allegations. There were no criminal charges filed. There is one settled piece of litigation, civil suit, that we know of, and he's basically denying everything else. So it's a he said, she said, not unlike different time, of course, the Clarence Thomas hearings for confirmation on the Supreme Court. But I do think he demonstrates, watching a good bit of his testimony yesterday, some vibrance and youth that the Defense Department could use. And one of the best points he made, where I think he said it was, and you were watching it, Tim, 14 or 15 four-star generals presided over World War II, which we won. And now the United States government in its various service branches has something like 212.
Right. So people are there's like inflation going on.
Right. And the service branches are smaller. So we've gotten very top-heavy. And so part of what he intends to do is go in and streamline decision-making and kind of skew the Pentagon away from weapons manufacturers, some of your best friends.
Yeah.
And towards those serving. And
I would like that. I think
that's a worthy goal.
Did anybody ask him about to me, the most controversial thing I know about this guy is lack of showering. Has anybody asked him about that?
I haven't heard or seen the hygiene question.
He is, I don't know if you remember,
take a shower?
About a year or so ago, remember all the celebrities were talking about, oh, we don't take showers every day, and it became a kind of a thing. And so it came up on the weekend show on Fox News, and he said he never washes his hands, which I find a little bit
disgusting.
This is something that should be asked. Our next Secretary of Defense.
Autumn loves him. Autumn and Pete get along really well.
That's
you
right.
don't need to shampoo every day, and you don't need to wash with soap every body part, but your hands are in contact with a whole lots of
I think he started the whole COVID thing. I got to be honest.
He touches raw
was he in China that day?
Yes, he was. He was.
Okay.
No,
I didn't.
I'm making it up.
He's touching raw chicken
called
and then touching his kid's
sarcasm.
bread.
I got it.
Well, some people are mad at him about some tattoo. He's got like a tattoo that people are saying it's like the Crusaders cross. Like
we now can look at body parts and
he was asked about it.
Can you elaborate just a little bit on what is this very offensive, extremist, racist tattoo that you have?
All right, that's enough because his answer is like 8 minutes long.
Who asked him that?
Well, he was being sarcastic as somebody because people were saying that it's racist. But I think it's like a type of
Jerusalem cross.
Yeah, and it's supposedly some sort of like
have you
I
ever,
don't know.
Have you ever seen Popeye the Sailor naked? No, I'm just saying a lot of service branches put for different reasons. Tattoos on their arms are like, and some of them have, like the Betty the Bomber stuff in World War II, and it's.
Well, he brought up that same cross was featured at Jimmy Carter's funeral. So I don't know anything about it. I just know that's what people were saying, that it was some sort of Crusader cross. And if he was the Secretary of Defense, that he would take us into what they were trying to get you to believe was he would take us into holy wars because of his tattoo, which is ridiculous.
There are Trump nominees who I do not believe will be confirmed, but I don't think Pete Hegseth is one of those.
Don't you think the Republicans have to play their cards like they don't want to piss off Trump too much? So maybe one. Maybe two, but they can't go after.
They already got Matt Gaetz on.
Right, he's out of the way. But
I think Kash Patel may have some challenges with the FBI. I think.
Who's Kash Patel? I don't even know who he is. Like, what's his background?
He's a podcaster. He's a realtor. He's a tech entrepreneur who's been extremely critical of the weaponization, his words, of the Justice Department and belief that the deep state exists. And he's talked about for years dismantling the FBI, dismantling the Justice Department, and he doesn't really have an experience as a prosecutor and law enforcement. That's Kash Patel.
By the way, the deep state is, we used to call it the bureaucracy. So when you say when you say deep state, you suddenly go into Alex Jones land and all this kind of stuff. But in reality, there is a permanent government because the government cannot turn over from top to bottom every 4 years. And those end up being bureaucrats. And like all bureaucrats, what happens is people start taking actions. They're incentivized to keep their jobs.
To grow the agency. Yeah, but
that's legitimate.
But the deep state takes on the note of the FBI and the CIA and the State Department and all of these sort of more like the Trilateral Commission.
Sure.
There's this conspiracy of woke agenda and things that are trying to be inculcated into the federal government.
But again, there are seeds of truth to wokeness going into everything.
Yeah, sure.
So I would
California
imagine
again, we could revisit.
Exactly, So,
well, didn't they get Tulsi Gabbard to admit to, I kind of like the FISA?
Oh, no, she changed her mind on Section 702 of the FISA. By the way, that's the section they used to open up the whole Russia thing against Trump with, what was his name, Carter, or was it
Carter Page?
Yeah.
Carter Page. So maybe she's just saying it just to get in there, and then she'll do what she wants to do. I have no idea.
She's one of those nominees who looked like earlier was in some challenge, and there's still criticism of her, but she's been spending a lot of time working the Hill with a strong sponsor, and apparently is impressing a lot of senators.
You can call it conspiracy or whatever. I've just come to the conclusion that the intelligence agencies run the country. Maybe some people might think that's a good idea. I don't know.
I would say we make a lot of decisions, foreign policy, and particularly defense, based upon intelligence that, if it's gathered with an agenda, is problematic. If it's straight intelligence,
certainly this Section 702 has been abused because the idea of it is that you use it to monitor phone calls and from foreign, but sometimes domestics get caught up in
WhatsApp, or you're on a 3-party call, or all sorts of things can happen.
And the problem is that they have abused this authority. The Patriot Act was used some months after it went into place to put Tommy Chong in jail for selling a bong in Pennsylvania. Look into it.
I am unfamiliar with that arrest, but I am a believer that the Patriot Act, in an earnest effort to identify who attacked us on 9/11, was overused, and that various civil liberties then and now were injured or sacrificed in pursuit of justice, which we never got because the 19 people that committed 9/11, most of them died then.
The country is built on checks and balances, and I just think when it comes to the intelligence agencies, we don't have enough of those. That's all. I'm not saying we don't need intelligence, but we don't. They are not checked and balanced enough. Yes.
The way I visualize it with the intelligence agencies is, imagine your president with training wheels when they're riding their bike. The intelligence agency, they're the training wheels to make sure the president doesn't fall off the bike.
And to stay on the bike, we have to go to war in this place somewhere across the world.
They also give you a nice push with the training wheels.
Bill Crane, bikes. Let people. What if they want political consultancy? What do they do?
They can Google CSI Crane or Bill Crane, political analyst. You will find I'm pretty easy to locate. And One Man's Opinion, the column you reference, is weekly and out about 90 outlets around the state, including WSBRadio.com.
And it's a damn good one. Thank you, Bill Crane. Alex Williams says the travel advisory continues on 285 in DeKalb.
It does, Eric. Right now, it's the car fire cleanup in 2 right lanes. 285 westbound, the Interloop Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. You're slowing back before I-20. You can take I-20 as an alternate, but we had some delays there. We'll check that in just a second. Also, a crash in the left lane in Cobb County, 285 southbound, the outer loop at South Cobb Drive, exit 15. That's adding to the delays back into Sandy Springs. And we have been watching some trouble spots on I-20 into and out of downtown. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
That we have. Looking at left lane trouble as you're leaving the heart of downtown, 20 westbound at McDaniel Street. Put the pinch on your ride out of Gresham Park. Elsewhere, looking at the worst of things and heading out towards Stonecrest. You're on and off the brakes 20 east from Wesley Chapel Road to Panola Road, exit 71. The sports sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Take it from somebody who knows our roads are dangerous already, but they're even more dangerous in the winter. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. This time of year, it gets darker earlier. There's always a threat of rain and sometimes even black ice. If winter conditions lead to someone crashing into you, don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. Send in the Strong Arm, John Foy & Associates. The Strong Arm knows how much money you're entitled to and how to get it. There is no cost until they win. Call for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 888-471-3896 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Christina Edwards here. If your home is like mine, it is built on our famous Georgia red clay, which absorbs moisture and is very slow to dry out. It can cause a drainage issue in your crawl space, potentially growing mold and producing that musty smell. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will walk you through the issue and only suggest the repairs you need to solve the problem. Visit AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and making costly repairs. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
It's rather idiotic, Jared Yamamoto.
I like to send you mixed messages. Did I really say yes, we have it, and go no?
I said, we have that, and you nodded your head forward and said, no. No.
I said yes, but I think
you
I
said
went no.
yes, and you shook your head no. That's what happened.
I think I was looking down
Mixed
at my board.
Messages.
I have it if you want that one.
All right, we'll get. By the way, we also have this show becomes a podcast if you miss any of it. So go to the Von Haessler Doctrine on WSBRadio.com, the WSB Radio app, or any of your favorite podcatchers. Why don't we do a couple open mics? We only have a couple of minutes here.
You want to do this one first? About having this back for this year?
Bodacious greetings, EVH. I'm glad that the word of the day made it to 2025. My kids are also glad. They love the word of the day. They actually asked me to leave an open mic months back with Defenestrate, and they were so excited when it actually became the word of the day. My 11-year-old has a new word for you.
Uh-oh.
Trephination.
Trephination.
Because he had a nail trephination 2 days ago, and we're fascinated by...
But
Did it just cut off?
Seconds.
Well, you only have 30 seconds.
You only have 30 seconds on an iPhone.
She cursed. You did it.
Maybe she was thrown out of a window.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember what defenestrate means. See, this is my question.
Oh.
Does anybody really remember the words of the day? What was the one that she went? Trephinate?
Defenestrate?
Trephination.
Defenestration is the one we already did.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Trephination.
Maybe that's when you throw them back into the window. Trephination.
Where do you see this one?
Yeah. Wow, is it like...
Where do you see this one?
Oh, you know what? We're going to use that. I'm not going to say it now. We'll make their day, and that's a good one. That is a good one.
It helped me.
Without redoing that one, we do have...
You did, sir? Trephination helped you?
Very bad.
Okay.
We do have another open mic.
Hi, this is for the Von Hessler Doctrine. I have gotten every bit of my information about the LA wildfires from TikTok.
Good idea.
And not once did I ever hear the words climate change. The first time I ever heard those two words associated with the wildfires was when I listened to the podcast from you yesterday.
Ow!
Everything I have seen has been about the policy failures and the failure of the government. And I think that's a great example about why they want to ban TikTok.
Absolutely.
Oh, she got a little conspiracy theory there at the end.
I would say don't get
Autumn's all over it.
Don't get all your information from one app. The fact
No,
that
of
she was,
course not. But the fact that it's like what they want to push
Yeah.
is the people on this weird side saying it's all climate change, when I, too, have not heard that once out of
Mhm.
anybody's mouth on TikTok.
I think what I was speaking to is I think this is what's going to come after the fires subside. When we're talking about why did it happen and what can be done, I do not believe these politicians are going to want to be held accountable, so they're going to blame nature. That was my point. Maybe I didn't put it so well.
But then again, if you want the real thing about what people are really feeling and saying about it, TikTok is a source for that.
Oh yeah, sure. If you love the communist Chinese, yeah, absolutely. And you want
Zhao
them
Hong
to
shoot.
I don't have a problem with America.
I know. Reagan's got his Reagan shop.
They let you sell crap.
TikTok shop.
They let you sell crap.
Alex Williams. They let you sell crap. Alex Williams says there are delays on Georgia 400 and Sandy Springs.
And at 456, Eric, those brake lights find you on 400 northbound as you leave 285 for the ride up to Northridge, exit 6, and then you slow again out of Alpharetta from Haynesbridge Road, really, up to McFarland Parkway. 85 northbound out of the cabin in Gwinnett County, looking at about 24 minutes from Shallowford Road up to Highway 316. Had some earlier trouble, 316 westbound past Sugarloaf Parkway that's clear, but still sluggish out of Lawrenceville. Trouble on 285, Andrew Seco.
Trouble indeed. Travel advisory still active at the right lanes. Block 285 westbound. The inner loop at Boulder Crest Road. Exit 51 delays backing you almost into Clarkston at this time. And a little better news at Cobb County. Crash push to the shoulder. Sometimes in that right lane. We are moving a little bit better. 285 south. The outer loop at South Cobb Drive. That's exit 15. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. And there are so many of them. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms and hire us instead, I wonder why they ever called the other firm in the first place. They were smart to switch before it was too late. You only get one day in court. You know who has the resources and results to fight to handle your claim. And the big insurance company on the other side, they know it too. They know us well. You have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. Walk our way. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, it's new information on a shooting today at Lindley Middle School in Cobb County. WSB Steve Summers has just arrived on the scene and joins us live now with the very latest.
Yeah, Bill, I am at the Leland United Methodist Church right across the highway from Lindley Middle School, where there are a number of police officers with flashing lights still present, probably about 10 or 12 of them. This is where, at the United Methodist Church, where parents and kids are going to be reunited once they are able to get across the street or are taken across the street. I want to go back and look at a media release given or information given by the police officials on scene about what happened here. So this afternoon, a student at Lindley Middle tried to commit suicide with a gun. Police officers immediately responded. The Cobb County School District police officer, probably an SRO, responded, secured the weapon. This kid did manage to shoot himself. Once he is now in critical condition with his or her family at the hospital at this moment. There was a code red. Once police went classroom to classroom, confirmed there was no specific threat to fellow students, that this kid only intended to hurt himself. They lifted that code red, and now the investigation is underway as there are a few parents here at the church waiting to pick up their kids. Want to let Lindley families know that they're being updated about the changes to the dismissal today. Families are asked to report concerns to the district's tip line via call, text, mail, or email. We'll have a lot more on this coming up in coming newscasts. Reporting live from Mableton, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
50 degrees in Atlanta. Windy tomorrow in the 50s. When does rain arrive? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. There's a deal to pause the fighting in Gaza and bring hostages home.
CBS News special report. The U.S. has confirmed there is a ceasefire and hostage release deal between Israel and Hamas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says some final details still need to be worked out. That's Israeli President Isaac Herzog urging Israel's cabinet to approve the deal. President Biden says he's deeply satisfied this day has come.
Any final remains of hostages who have been killed will be returned to their families.
and a major reconstruction plan for Gaza will begin.
In Tel Aviv, CBS's Ramy Inocencio says the hostages will be released in 3 phases.
And as we know that there are 7 Israeli Americans among these 98 Israeli hostages, and 3 of those are still believed to be alive. We expect, though, that those 3 will not come out over the first phase, over the first 6 weeks.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Michael Wallace.
The boil water advisory remains in effect for thousands in DeKalb County after a water main break.
The break at Claremont Road and Dresden Drive leaves many homes and businesses with low water pressure. DeKalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson says they've called in specialized crews to help with repairs.
This water main break is a result of 2 things. These pipes were installed in 1941. And of course, due to inclement weather and freezing temperatures.
Nearby resident Glenn Koss says this isn't a rarity.
We have at least in the neighborhood streets, say 6 streets around, we probably have at least 1 break a month.
In DeKalb County, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A major gasoline pipeline will likely remain shut down through Friday. Alpharetta-based Colonial Pipeline is working on repairs to a possible leak in Paulding County. The line carries millions of gallons of gas a day from Texas to New Jersey. An expert with Gas Buddy says it's unlikely to affect gas prices unless it begins to impact refinery operations. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still got this travel advisory southeast DeKalb. The car fire cleanup, 2 right lanes, 285 westbound, the inner loop before Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. And it is a solid brake light battle starting back at Covington Highway. Think about taking 20 westbound toward downtown as an alternate. Also in Cobb County, crash still impacting the right lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop, South Cobb Drive, exit 15. And it is over 40 minutes to get there from Peachtree Boulevard as you make your way out of Doraville. If you're traveling on I-20 westbound, heading out toward Lithia Springs, sunshine in your eyes, leaving West Atlanta out to Lee Road, exit 41. How's the ride through downtown? Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing the volume slowing you down anywhere you're trying to go. Alex, connector north and south, looking jammed from East Point all the way through the heart of downtown, up past Midtown. Southbound, our delays start just south of Claremont Road on 85. You were feeling the pinch all the way back into Brookhaven. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening as temperatures fall into the upper 20s, low 30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and breezy, high 54. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Staying dry on Friday with partly cloudy skies, morning low 30, afternoon high 55. Rain showers return on Saturday. They will be widespread and heavy at times, with 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible through Saturday. Temperature-wise, morning low 43, afternoon high 52. Drying out but cooling down on Sunday, morning low 40, afternoon high 45. An Arctic blast will arrive by Monday. Morning lows will be in the low 20s, daytime high 32 on Monday. Staying cold for Tuesday and Wednesday, and watching for another potential Gulf low that may bring wintry precipitation back to metro Atlanta.
51 in East Point, 49 in Johns Creek, 48 in Kennesaw. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. And as always, Hour 3 lines up with the 5 o'clock hour. You know what that means? It's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz 5 o'clock hour keyword. What is that keyword? Well, relax. I'm about to tell you. Trip.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sweet.
TRIP. Trip. As in go away for a long time and then come back.
Or fall on your face.
There's that as well. So there's the kinetic trip.
The kinetic trip.
There's the mind trip.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the overseas trip.
And then there's a guy I know down the street's name's Trip.
His name is Trip. And as long as he spells it TRIP, you can be influenced by the guy down the street. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is TRIP. TRIP. After you do all this stuff here, be willing to pick up when we call, because we cannot leave a voicemail.
And I encourage you to be nice to whoever's contacting you.
You can be nice. I think people should be nice, but
Autumn wants people to be
I don't
jerks.
think it's disqualifying.
Hello? Gimme.
Now, yeah, see, that's not nice.
Is this Trip?
No?
No. You're not calling for Trip.
Hello?
You're
Trip?
all right. You know, this is funny. I'm reading this story about these celebrities in Blue Sky, it's like a fetish.
Oh,
It's a weird thing, Hollywood stars and top technologists want to billionaire-proof social media using Blue Sky's protocol. These guys like Mark Ruffalo and stuff. You're thinking too much about social media. Maybe it's not that important. Is that ever, to most of us who aren't idiots who are on social media all the time, we generally figure whatever we're hearing out of social media at least should be questioned. We're not walking around going, oh, yeah, he said it on Twitter. It's got to be true, or X, or whatever they're calling it now. Yeah. But these people, it means so much to them. And people like Mark Ruffalo, fine actor, but he's just so into his politics.
Best work as the Hulk.
It's like we used to have Twitter, and it's like we lost a battle, and now we have to go build a new gleaming, shining city for ourselves.
For only us.
For only us.
When in reality, the current form of X is a lot like how Twitter first started.
It is.
It's a little sloppy. That's the part of it that I don't like about like about it. But overall, though,
they don't have fact checkers.
It's a lot clean. It's
So
a lot more like what it was.
The Mark Ruffalos of the world actually, am I supposed to believe that he believes actually that there are third parties that are so objective that they can get involved in fact checking in things that are culture war stuff, opinion stuff, politics? He's not that dumb. There's no way. No, he knows that this is our side does better overall when the fact checking is happening. It's got to be that. Mark, there's no way. Call me right now, Mark Ruffalo, and tell me that you believe that there are third-party people who are so objective that they can wade into these culture war issues and just the facts, ma'am. I mean, you could do that with mathematics. It's a little easier. Somebody gets on there and says 2 + 2 = 5. You can fact check that pretty quick, pretty easily. But you're going to fact check these ongoing, never-ending culture war arguments? And we're supposed to believe that there are objective people out there, usually rolling off of the campuses? Oh, they don't have a bias.
By the way, Bluesky is starting its own photo sharing app because they don't like Meta anymore.
Right.
Because they don't like Zuckerberg.
Yeah, because he's not fact-checking anymore.
Flashes.
Oh.
Heat flashes.
Yow.
Flash.
Yow.
I like that one.
Flashes.
Check it out.
So, I just think it's funny. It's just funny. Here's the truth. It's not that important. I'm not on social media. I have a show. I do a current event show, and I'm not on social media. And it's not like people going, hey, Eric, you never talked about the fact that it snowed. I was aware that it snowed, and it was a big deal. I didn't need to be on social media. And you know what? There was a very pretty snow in my backyard when I woke up. Guess what I didn't have to do? Go on and show you that backyard and look at yours and everybody else's. Yeah, I get it. Snow looks like snow.
Well, Eric, you might have a second chance. According to Christina Edwards, we might get snow in the middle of next week.
I'm hearing we got a lot of cold coming.
Yeah. Woo. So maybe you'll get a share then. You'll be able to hop on social media.
No, I won't.
And you can share your snow story
because
then.
The truth is, when social media first came along, it made me believe for a moment that I gave a damn what the snow looked like in your backyard. And then I realized, no, I never did. I don't care. I don't care what your kid's eating tonight. I don't care about these things. And you know what I really don't care about is what you think about this politician or that policy. Like it used to be, you only got into that level of conversation with people you really knew, right? It wasn't like generalized at a cocktail party. Boy, that Trump, it was like you got into politics with people you really knew. It was like surface level stuff with other people. But social media, why would I care what somebody who I've never met thinks about some issue? Why? Why would I care? It's not like, everybody is like, you can tell that they're like, all right, it's time to clear the air here. And like, this is it. This is the one. This is the one. I'm going to put it all to rest here. Publish. All right, I took care of that one. Then there's an answer. There's a snarky answer. Somebody else comes in and says, oh, yeah, but you're a white guy. And all of a sudden, you're off to the races again. It never ends.
You're a white guy.
It's a rolling.
That's the way that people get around the blocks now, as you say YT instead of WHITE.
Oh, YT?
YT.
Does that means whitey?
It just means white.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it meant
Whitey.
young and
Come on,
tough.
Franca.
I thought it was supposed to be like erotic or something, no?
Maybe in other circles.
Well, just because I'm not on
That's
social media doesn't mean I'm not playing around somewhere online. We've all found different areas that we enjoy.
If you want to have some fun, which you're not going to do this, but you could download the Blue Sky app and just go to the suggested accounts. And then go through it.
I think Mark Ruffalo's on there by any chance?
Everything that he says that's parroted by every single other
What is he
person
like,
that-
the leader of the... he was great in Poor Things.
He's a great actor.
I really hadn't seen him. I don't watch Hulk and stuff like that, so I really
Well, he's not a good Hulk.
I hadn't seen him like in anything, and
Too emotional.
I saw
no
Poor
one's good in
Things.
that
and,
stupid Hulk
I never
anything
saw
movie.
it. I never saw it. I'm a grown man. Why would I watch Hulk?
Hey, come on. Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. That's pretty exciting.
I didn't kill my wife.
Harrison Ford.
I don't care.
Harrison Ford only shows up in things. This will be a little bit different because usually it's an old version of a character people used to love, and now he's exhausted and cynical, and time has passed him by.
Now I'm the Hulk.
So
And
this
I'm red.
It's a new character.
Well, no, he's playing.
Is he going to be CGI to be young?
He's Thunderbolt Ross. He's the president, and that comes directly
Thunderbolt
from
Ross.
Yes, General Ross, who's the general that originally Bruce Banner's daughter dated. And when he became the Hulk, he didn't like him.
Oh, okay.
Always trying to kill the Hulk.
Uh-huh.
And then in the comic books, he became the Red Hulk, and that's what they're doing in this.
Who became that guy became the Red Hulk?
Thunderbolt Ross.
So he's the anti-Hulk Hulk.
Yes, but he's also the
He
president.
hates
now.
the Hulk.
He hates the Hulk.
He's the president of the United States.
And yes,
president of Marvel Universe.
No, I'm president of.
Is this
US.
is what I would like for another? And I never see these movies anyway. But it'd be nice if they came out and said this one affects all timelines.
No, that's not going to happen. Too bad.
This one cannot be retconned.
No, I'm Red Hulk.
So this is a new character. So this character, this Red Hulk, is 100 years old.
He plays an old man president, general who's president, and then for some reason he becomes the Red Hulk.
Okay.
I don't know that. I don't know why because I didn't.
Then he
read
goes and
comic.
fights Vladimir Putin.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna go
right.
Fight him.
A Russian Hulk.
Well, he's a communist Hulk, so maybe he would fight.
Is he a commie? You saying
Well,
that?
he's red. I
well,
associate the two.
I thought you meant Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I am a commie. See my earring?
He's got an earring. He's still cool. 80.
Fly.
He's got 80. Do they still let him fly his own
Yeah,
planes?
they do.
No, that's a danger. Nothing against Harrison Ford.
A jet.
Are there any older,
Get off my plane.
any legacy? He's already destroyed all the legacy stuff he can destroy.
Yeah, he destroyed Han Solo. He destroyed Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and it really didn't destroy the Blade Runner guy. That was actually a decent movie.
Well, he's
2049.
gonna remake Regarding Henry and destroy that character.
But he was like
Ritz.
the Blade Runner 2049. I thought was a pretty good movie.
I did too.
But he still did play an old, exhausted version of the character.
The wife did it again.
Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 in Cobb County.
And at 5:15, Eric, this crash lingers in the right lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop, South Cobb Drive, exit 15, going to take you close to an hour to get there if you're leaving Chamblee-Dunwoody Road, exit number 30 over there on 285 westbound, so just pack the patience there. Travel advisory continues into Cobb County, not sure why, but still holding two right lanes, 285 westbound, the inner loop with a Douse car fire, Boulder Crest Road, exit 51, that's just adding to the 285 east and southbound delays as you make your way through Dorville, and a new crash in Cobb County blocking Acres Mill Road at Cobb Parkway. Checking the ride on I-20, Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing a little brake lights as you're heading in from Olythia Springs. I-20 East has you on and off the pedal from Thornton Road all the way down towards 285. Got a little bit of stoppage inside the perimeter, looking a little tough extra as you're merging north and south on the connector. And the road work either side of I-20 East and West in and out of Stonecrest has you on and off those brakes from 285 all the way to Panola Road. That's exit 71. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour.
Jam-packed bumper to bumper.
Evening rush hour.
All lanes are shut down.
And everything in between.
Crash still on the right lane, 85 northbound Hamilton.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
Slow beginning at Piedmont Avenue 75 South Slow.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Brought to you by the Coolray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
For Valentine's Day, Tara Fine Jewelry Company's immaculate, beautiful showroom speaks for itself. You'll find a gift as wonderful as the love that brought you there. Every showcase home to magnificent designs. Tara Fine Jewelry Company, Buford, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Founded by hardworking Georgians in 1992, Builders provides tailored insurance solutions to safeguard workers and business owners from costly accidents. Explore reliable workers' compensation and general liability products at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for BeTheYoungerYouATL.com weight loss program. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to call 770-415-3000 right now and schedule a free consultation and receive a complimentary advanced body composition analysis. Let me tell you what that does. When I go to do my weigh-ins with BeTheYoungerYouATL.com, I found out months ago that I had high visceral fat levels around my organs. And that's a precursor to metabolic syndrome, which is high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. So, by using state-of-the-art technology, BeTheYoungerYouATL.com is able to help you trim that visceral fat around your organs, just like they did for me. I need you right now. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now or call 770-415-3000. Lose the weight, keep it off. BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. Go there now.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on fresh Heritage Farm chicken split breasts, drumsticks, or thighs. On sale now for only $1.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All right, once again, the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz 5 o'clock keyword is TRIP, T-R-I-P. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is TRIP.
Eric, you've been busted.
Oh,
no. We've been put on blast.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
This is, can I say the name? I don't know.
Yeah, it's public.
Tom Rath, I guess. Is this the person who sent it, or somebody sent this
somebody,
from
somebody tagged Jared and I in an X post.
Got you. The 30-day requirement for half staff is actually in U.S. code, added by Eisenhower. Flags were at half staff for Nixon's second inaugural after Truman died, and it's not a Biden order. So as long as that's true, then I've corrected the record. If I just read something that's not true, then I haven't. But I'm going to assume.
You believe Tom?
I believe Tom. I think he's a good person.
Tommy.
And I'm going to say that that's exactly what happened. But I do still believe that if the flags were at half-staff during the inauguration, the photographers would create instantly Pulitzer Prize-winning photographs. Now, Eric, you're busted. You don't win the Pulitzer Prize for photograph. Whatever.
That's not how you pronounce Pulitzer.
It's Pulitzer. It is. It truly is.
Not Pulitzer?
It's not Pulitzer. It's
Pulitzer.
And it's not Pulitzer, like I always say. It's
Pulitzer.
It's Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
Yeah. So there's no doubt that the media would use that backdrop as a way to say this is the state of the country and we all just have to put up with
proud?
it. Yeah, sort of thing. But hey, if that was true, what I just read, then it's true, and then I guess there's no way to get around it. Are we going to do What's the Buzz?
Oh, I'm loving this.
Why not? You're loving it?
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
Loving that we're doing it for 2 weeks in a row. Didn't want to jump over the sound of
Why
it.
should you want to know?
And I love that we always get a good Yvonne Elliman out of Autumn Fisher when she.
Let me try to cool down your face a bit. Let me try to cool down your face. So let me try to cool down.
Doesn't she scream at one point? Let me try.
Let me try to cool down your face a bit, Mary. That is good.
All right. Thank you very much, Autumn Fisher.
Let me just mute that, and I'll just keep going by myself.
Hey, if you need an Yvonne Elliman impersonator at your next party.
If you can't have Yvonne Elliman, you're going to have Autumn.
If you can't have her, you don't want nobody, baby.
Right.
All right.
Everything's all right.
Listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. Please remember that I want us to live. We are occupied. Have you forgotten how put down we are? I am frightened by the crowds, for we are getting much too loud. It was beautiful, but now it's sour. Yes, it's all. All right, now that we've run away most of the audience.
Oh, no, people are singing.
Oh, yes, they are. You know what I love about that Von Hessler? Oh, what? This is it? Or is that, we have to go to a commercial already?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll tease this. Quiet. How about this, Eric? I'll tease this. People are buzzing about Jack the Ripper.
Buzzing about Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, I have an angle that
well,
people
I'll
haven't
tell
heard
you
about.
what, those murders happened in the 1800s. That's sure to keep people glued to their radios through the break. Alex Williams is watching Downtown just for you.
Yes, Eric, indeed. We see those delays through downtown. Going to take you about a half hour if you're traveling out of Buckhead. 400 southbound starting right around Lennox Road. 75 south jams in from Moores Mill. No relief till you get down to I-20. Northbound slows from University Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. Better news in the cab. Tow truck trying to tow away this burned out car. 285 westbound, the interloop at Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. They've still been in two right lanes, so jammed up back through Scottsdale. Think about I-20 westbound into downtown. How is I-85 into Gwinnett County, Andrew Seco?
Looking a little tough right now, Alex, with the volume. 85 north, you're slow from Claremont Road all the way up towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. Maybe time to hop on to Buford Highway. 400, you're slow from Sandy Springs into Roswell with a big delay spot through Alpharetta on and off the brakes from Mansell Road up to Windward Parkway. And 75 southbound, leaving you a little bit slow from North Marietta Parkway all the way down to the ballpark, exit 260 to Windy Hill Road. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Enter now at overheaddooratlanta.com. You can't win if you don't enter. Go to overheaddooratlanta.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to do what you do every day. When you think uniforms, floor mats, first aid kits, restroom supplies, think Vestas. Vestas, uniforms and workplace supplies for the people who make it all work. Learn more at Vestas.com.
Take it from somebody who knows our roads are dangerous already, but they're even more dangerous in the winter. Hey, it's Smither Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. This time of year, it gets darker earlier. There's always a threat of rain and sometimes even black ice. If winter conditions lead to someone crashing into you, don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. Send in the Strong Arm, John Foy & Associates. The Strong Arm knows how much money you're entitled to and how to get it. There is no cost until they win. Call for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top local story is shooting at Lindley Middle School in Cobb County. WSB Steve Summers reports live a student is in the hospital this hour with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah, Bill, I just got finished talking to an 8th grader here at Lindley Middle School. She told me about the code red that went off this afternoon and how she had to gather with her classmates in the locker rooms. That's the designated safe space. She said she was scared. She said at one point she wondered if she might die. She told me that she thought it was just a fire drill at first until it became apparent that it was much worse than that. As far as for the student who attempted to commit suicide with a gun today on campus here at Lindley, he or she said to be in critical condition with family members present. It appears, as I stand here, that all parents and students have been reunited. Police are very much still on the scene, of course, gathering evidence. At 6 o'clock, 30 minutes from now, you will hear from this little girl herself in her own words about her school shooting nightmare. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
50 degrees in Atlanta, sunny and breezy tomorrow with highs in the 50s. Wind is an Arctic blast arrived. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Celebrations in Gaza. There is a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas to end 15 months of fighting. Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem. It also includes the release of hostages.
Israeli press reports say that 33 hostages, including women, children, and the elderly, will be released gradually during the 6-week ceasefire. Israeli troops will pull back from populated areas of Gaza, and Israel will free about 1,000 Palestinian prisoners, including many who murdered Israelis. During the first stage of the ceasefire, there will be an increase in humanitarian aid entering Gaza, and those who fled their homes in northern Gaza will be allowed to return. Negotiations will begin on a permanent ceasefire.
Repair work continues at this hour on a broken water main in North DeKalb County. DeKalb CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson says a couple of factors led to the break on Claremont Road.
This water main break is a result of two things. These pipes were installed in 1941.
And of course, due to inclement weather and freezing temperatures, we now have a water main break.
Thousands are under a boil water advisory. Residents may notice low water pressure. A group founded by former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams is hit with a big fine by the state's Ethics Commission.
This $300,000, this certainly represents the largest fine ever imposed in Georgia's Ethics Commission, but it also appears to be the largest ethics fine that we've seen by any state ethics commission in the country.
Commission Executive Director David Amati says the fine is for 16 ethics violations, including failing to report millions in fundraising and spending during the 2018 campaign. The new Georgia Project has 30 days to pay half the fine and a year to pay the rest. 2.5 years after the murder of a beloved high school football coach in Gwinnett County, 3 alleged gang members are on trial.
Gwinnett County prosecutors say Bradley Coleman was inflating his Mercedes tires at a Quick Trip on Peachtree Parkway when someone slid behind the wheel and Coleman got into the passenger seat to fight him off. David Booker, Miles Collins, and Josiah Hughley are accused of trying to increase their status in the Bloods gang with this carjacking. Defense attorneys tell jurors the case is circumstantial, and Tracy Drake says there's no evidence to prove the claim that her client, Hughley, was in a gang or even had a gun, let alone opened fire with one.
Not only do you need to pay attention to what the evidence is, but you need to take note of what the evidence is not.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport continues to lead the nation in the number of guns found at security checkpoints. The TSA says 440 firearms were caught in carry-on bags at the world's busiest airport in 2024. The next closest, Dallas, at 390. It's the 9th straight year the Atlanta airport led the way. It is now 5:34, and this news is sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
And Bill, we're going to check the ride to the southern suburbs. It's going to be a little slow, 75 southbound, making your way out of Hateville from Central Avenue as you try to get down into the Forest Park area. 85 southbound, called sluggish this afternoon from 285 into Union City. If you're making the commute 85 south toward the airport, it's that sunshine slowing you down, leaving Highway 166 Langford Parkway down past Cleveland Avenue. Troubles abound on I-285. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Trouble indeed. Travel advisory still active. This vehicle fire just will not go away from the right lanes. 285 west on the inner loop of Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. Feel the pinch all the way back into Clarkston. Second worst seems to be traveling through Sandy Springs. 285 west, the outer loop looking really tough. You're slow from Sandy Springs through Smyrna Vinings all the way down towards I-20. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening as temperatures fall into the upper 20s, low 30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and breezy, high 54. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Staying dry on Friday with partly cloudy skies, morning low 30, afternoon high 55. Rain showers return on Saturday. They will be widespread and heavy at times, with 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible through Saturday. Temperature-wise, morning low 43, afternoon high 52. Drying out but cooling down on Sunday, morning low 40, afternoon high 45. An Arctic blast will arrive by Monday. Morning lows will be in the low 20s, daytime high 32 on Monday. Staying cold for Tuesday and Wednesday, and watching for another potential Gulf low that may bring wintry precipitation back to metro Atlanta.
46 in Canton, 48 in Stone Mountain, 49 in Eagles Landing. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Healthy, beautiful skin can be yours with Olansky Dermatology. They're experts in aesthetic and medical skincare needs, including Mohs surgery. Schedule online 24/7 at their Cumming, Roswell, and Buckhead locations, with new convenient evening and Saturday hours at their Buckhead office. With 40 years as Atlanta's premier dermatology practice, they're your trusted skincare specialists. Visit OlanskyDermatology.com for an appointment with Atlanta's top dermatologist. Olansky Dermatology and Aesthetics, where everyone deserves healthy skin.
Hi, this is Drew Jones, one of your advisors at the Lloyd Advisory Group. It's that time of year where we make New Year's resolutions. And my number one New Year's resolution is being more intentional with my time. Now, as a soon-to-be retiree or retiree, that might ring true to you because you want to spend your time more intentionally, and you don't want to have the burden of having to deal with a financial plan, a retirement plan, investments, taxes, all of those sorts of things that fall under the umbrella of the Lloyd Advisory Group. So if one of your resolutions is to put together a holistic retirement plan tailored to your specific needs, call us at 770-766-5611 for your complimentary financial review. That's 770-766-5611. 5611.
Advisory services offered through Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC. The Lloyd Group Incorporated is an independent licensed insurance agency, and you may be provided with information regarding the purchase of insurance and other financial products.
You promised us Jack the Ripper news. We've been waiting with bated breath. I don't know what bated breath means. What does it mean?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you've had it sometimes, every once in a while. Every once in a while, there's Tim Andrews. What did I describe it? Your breath as once?
A cigarette, an ashtray throwing up.
No,
or
a
something.
cigarette that cigarette that threw up.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
It's so gross.
What? There's a new they want a new investigation, a new inquiry.
Well, I think a lot of it comes out of the documentary that came out about Jack the Ripper. I know I watched it, and it was certainly
Were you fascinated?
It was interesting. I mean, a lot of these things,
How about those ladies who love the serial killers these days and all the podcasts? Is Jack the Ripper like the OG?
I guess you would consider that, yeah, for sure. But now,
Wasn't it like a bunch of people?
There's a lot of different things, but there's the new evidence. First of all, I've been telling people.
He went after the ladies of the night.
That Polish barber.
Who was?
Aaron Kosminski. I've been talking about that Polish barber. Actually, I haven't. I just read about it. So, there's a guy who bought a shawl at a auction that was supposed to have been, that was on one of the victims. Mary Edows or something like that. And supposedly the DNA off of that shawl has both on the shawl, the DNA has the DNA of this Kosminski, the Polish barber, and the prostitute.
They're saying it could be a DNA breakthrough.
Yes. But here's the thing. It all seems to be engineered by the guy who bought the shawl. So that's the only thing I wonder about. That's all I wonder about.
The shawl.
Increase its value.
Yeah, maybe something along those lines. So you have family members now. People are actually using modern terminology when talking about this. Descendants of the victim, this one in particular, this one victim, and descendants of this Polish barber. And it's like, well, in the name of resolution and justice. I mean, it's been a long time.
Seriously.
They're demanding. We need closure.
We need closure.
This is 200 years ago.
There's no closure for these people.
It was interesting to me after watching the documentary how basically if you made it as a woman to like 32, you were going to become a prostitute. Like that was, and you weren't married.
Well, at certain parts of London,
that was your
everybody.
Job. That's basically what happened. That's basically what happened.
Everybody.
I'm not saying everybody.
If you had an abusive husband and you left him, you were shunned, right? Because you were like an unwed or like an unworthy woman. And if you had kids, like forget about it. You have to go in the poorhouses, the workhouses.
And so you have to become a
pay
whore.
The bills. Yeah, that's how they got the bills done. I'm like, wow.
It wasn't just in England. It was in Russia, everywhere. It's like once you fell off a certain level, for whatever reason, you brought up a reason it could happen, but if you were a woman, you were a single woman, and you fell out of sorts.
Well, which makes me think that,
and it was not very hygienic back in those days.
No, I'm
can I
sure.
tell you, boy.
Which makes me wonder,
cornstarch.
A lot of when young parents, I guess, are teaching their daughters, they talk about how important like a wedding typically is, and getting married. And I think it goes back to those times because if you were not married and you were in your
You're a whore.
Sometime, you would become that. So it's like you'd rather be married and
the longer you were unwed, the more likely someone was getting to you because you're a woman and women had no value.
Yeah, you couldn't. They couldn't really have. They couldn't own things and stuff. So
no.
They weren't allowed to own things.
I don't know. I just
maybe not in England. I don't know what England was like.
They had to pay their bills.
I mean, you couldn't own land. Women couldn't own.
Pay the oil man. It comes round.
Women couldn't own land in America, could they? For a while,
I think they could.
Could they own land?
No, you had to get
special
like your father's
rules.
permission.
No, you didn't. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Google
you had to get your grandfather's permission.
Even if you had no fathers, you had to get like a brother.
Yeah, weird thing in the law. Grandfather's dead. Sorry, you can't buy this house. You need your grandfather's
everything
permission.
else checks out.
Sorry about that.
I guess they couldn't, according to AI.
You didn't believe it. AI knows.
Yeah, Tim, don't deny your place in history.
Yeah.
You
They
did
weren't
this
allowed to
me.
inherit property.
Right.
Unmarried women certainly
Right.
couldn't, for good reason. They weren't allowed access to credit, which I think probably helped out a lot of things. Okay.
Wow.
What are you, some kind of shock jock?
I'm joshing you.
Hey, women are stupid.
I didn't say they were stupid. It's not good with money.
So
Yeah, right.
No, I'm
Who's doing
terrible.
all this gambling? You think women are doing it?
Yeah,
some.
Actually,
It's men.
Some, of course,
It's-
but mostly.
It's been interesting talking with some of the girls that like to come hang out with our guy group.
Yeah.
They're talking about, oh, well, this is how I stay interested in sports is I gamble too
Oh,
now.
that's good. That's a good thing for the nation. The only reason I'm watching these shows, the only reason I'm watching these games is because I got money on them.
Saquon Barkley
There
better
will
give
be
me
no
100 yards.
You can mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no consequences, no societal consequences for all of this gambling that's going on. It's going to be wonderful. It's all going to be wonderful. Nobody's going to have to tell their wife that we're moving. Why? Did you get a better job? No. I don't. I forgot to tell you this, but we don't have any money anymore. I gambled it all. I just believed in Josh Allen. What can I say? And now we're losing our house. Damn that Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry.
I bet on the Bills to win by 30.
Yeah, who are they, honey? You don't need to know, but they're the reason we don't have a house right now.
It's their fault.
Yeah, I think it was the Polish barber. You know, they're saying that I actually have no idea. The Polish barber, they're saying that he had the ins with the what was that secret group? The Masons.
Oh, the Umbrella Club.
And
or whatever.
yeah, the Umbrella Club. They say that they protected him because he ended up dying in an asylum, and so they made sure that I don't know why would the Masons want to kill these women? Was he the first serial killer or just the first famous serial killer?
First famous one. Yeah.
There was a serial killer in Tennessee in the Wild West days that I saw a documentary on. This dude was he was just out there killing everyone. I can't remember his name. But there was like a feud
Killer
between
Joe.
families, and he just got to taking to killing, and he just went around killing all kinds of people.
love
And
how
I
you said
thought
that.
he was the
Just
first.
gotta take him for killing.
He's got
They're brothers.
Yes.
Micah and Wiley Harp.
Yes, Tennessee, right?
Big and Little Harp.
Big and Little Harp. The Big and Little Harp.
Man.
Yeah, they went around killing. How many people did they kill? They were vicious.
They were highwaymen.
Up to 40.
Wow.
Dang.
So I think they're the first famous American serial killers. Did they just not have serial killers in Ben Franklin's day? We don't hear.
I think they did. I think
They were loyal to the crown, by the way.
Who? Oh, yeah. Is that why the feud started?
Must be.
So when you heard this sound, you were dead.
The Harps are here.
Brother Harp.
Honey, batten down the hatches.
They're here.
The Harps are here.
Tie up the horse.
It was it's a beautiful death because that's the last thing you hear. It's not a bad way to go. Oh.
Sounds like heaven.
I'm coming, Martha.
I'm off.
Here's the occupation: bandit, highwayman, river pirate, frontiersman.
I like the idea of river pirate.
Yeah.
You do?
Time.
That's cool.
The river pirate?
I'm the river pirate. Couldn't quite make it to the ocean.
Yeah, you
but-
can. Yeah. It's like being in the minor leagues. Yeah. Hasn't been
I'm
called
bitten
up.
up by mosquitoes.
Double A.
Hasn't been called up yet.
I'd rather be a big fish in a small river.
Yes. That'd be a great name for a minor league team. The
River Pirates? Oh, yeah.
Alex Williams says there's better news on 285 in DeKalb.
Finally, some better news at 546, Eric. That earlier car fire cleanup has pulled away everything back open. 285 westbound, the Interloop Boulder Crest Road exit 51, but it has made a rough ride as you make your way down from the Clarkson and Tucker area on 285 south and westbound. Now in Cobb County, we had a stalled tractor trailer was conked out in two center lanes. 285 southbound, the Interloop Paces Ferry Road exit 18. That has cleared, but brake lights still stretch back into the Dorville and Dunwoody area. We've also been watching slow brake lights on I-75 into Cobb County. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
That we have seen the volume jamming up as you're heading closer to Smyrna Vining. 75 north, you're on and off the brakes from Howell Mill Road all the way up to the perimeter. Just watch some trouble clear on the perimeter. Off to the shoulder, 285 south, the outer loop when you get to Paces Ferry Road. That's exit 18. Looking at a little trouble on the surface streets as well. Crash Acres Mill Road near Galleria Drive. You want to use Galleria Parkway as a quick alternate. This is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Their instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. coverage. And for a limited time, you can go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here. So you're leaving for work, but the garage door won't open. Is it the opener? Is the spring broken? Now you're late and your car is trapped. Don't panic. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is here with same-day emergency service. They won't leave you stuck. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is the original red ribbon garage door company trusted in Atlanta since 1935. Call 404-USA-DOOR or schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way for you to get better care. And that starts with being there to support you around the clock. When you call or text, we'll always answer with 24/7 access to mental health clinicians, and we'll call you too. With a 100% follow-up rate to make sure you have everything you need. Whatever works best for you, works best for us. We're really just here to help you get better. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mix and match 10 or more participating items for $1 each with your card. Choose from Kroger brand pasta, Starkist tuna pouches, Powerade, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Our farmers feed us all. For generations, they've done what's best for the land. So why is the litigation industry threatening Georgia farmers' go-to crop protection tool? Without glyphosate-based herbicides, crop yields will drop, costs will soar, and we'll all see even higher grocery bills. Farmers need to be supported, not controlled. To keep glyphosate available in our state, go to TakeControlGeorgia.com. Paid for by Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
So you say the Hart brothers are royalists, so this is happening in the 1700s.
Yeah, 1790s.
So, so Jack the Ripper, that's an English thing. Let's get proud of our own long time ago serial killers right here from America.
Yeah.
The Hart brothers, they killed way more people than Jack the Ripper. Oh, Martha, I think the Hart brothers are out there.
Hello.
Take down the American flags.
We're here for your stuff.
They were brutal. Anyway, hey, you know what?
Give us your beetroots.
When I was a young child, I would stare at the sky and then think to myself, what does the sun sound like? So, Jared Yamamoto, what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Well, Eric, we finally know what the sun sounds like, and it's surprisingly retro.
That's a good opening to a show.
Brian
It's
Eno.
really cool sounding, but this is not what the sun sounds like.
Sun sounds like somebody's dropping silverware. Silverware, son.
It sounds like silverware on guitar strings.
Yes.
And the sun gets worried when the Hart brothers.
Oh! That's an eclipse.
Watch out, son.
We're listening to the
Laurie
sun.
Anderson.
All right, there it is,
kind of
folks.
sounds like an Ari Aster movie.
An Ari Aster movie.
Yeah, the guy that did
I know the name.
Heredity and
I've heard about.
Midsommar.
I've heard about those movies. I heard they're very, very what's the word I'm looking
grotesque.
for? Well, not
Intense,
just that,
amazing.
but like they leave you and like it takes a while to get over them after you see
I
them.
love it.
That's why I've never
Jarring.
seen them.
Oh, Midsommar was
My son
brutal.
came home. He was
I
still
loved it.
living at home when he saw Hereditary. I think that was the one. And he just
Yeah,
came
that's a
in,
hard
just
one.
like he just like laid down. Like,
Yeah,
tried to shake it off.
it's hard. It's a hard movie.
Good thing he's making movies, or he'd be on that list. Be a
What?
river pirate.
The River Pirate?
Yeah,
He won't be able to help
are,
himself.
are the movies disgusting?
they're brutal.
But I mean, but
not
they're but they're
disgusting.
good movies.
They are good movies. They're just.
Is it the intensity that's brutal, or just the blood?
No. It's the
acts?
it's the acting. It's the
shocking.
feeling of it.
Yeah.
It's not like what you're thinking about with like Game of Thrones or like Saw. You know, it's not
No.
like that.
No,
it's
artsy
disturbing
horror.
imagery. That
Yeah.
makes, and then the music and just the way the cinematography, it just gives you this very like upset feeling.
I think it was
so often.
Hereditary, where he told me there's some scene where the woman shows up on the ceiling or something. And
Yes.
it's
Don't
just
talk-
so
don't spoil it.
crazy. Like, well, I've never seen it, so I can't spoil it. I've never seen
Well,
it.
that's sort of just.
Oh, is that give something away? I'm sorry. Hey, spoiler alert! Don't listen. I didn't know.
Go back.
Yeah,
and then
go back in time.
forward again and miss it.
Can we get Superman to fly around the sun backwards 7 times?
Okay, Lois.
We'll do this one
Save
again.
his girlfriend from drowning in the dirt.
His lesser discussed third movie is really good too. Beau is Afraid.
Is that new?
It's
Relatively
like a year
new?
old, year or so old.
Ooh.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No, he's good when he plays characters that aren't the Joker or real. I've seen it, like To Die For. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
He's really young in it.
He's great as Johnny Cash.
I'm
terrible.
I'm really dumb.
You know, it turns out
Maybe
that
I am going to a funeral.
it turns out that Johnny Cash and Napoleon were exactly the same human beings. They had the same traits. Alex Williams is watching I-20 delays.
And at 5:55, Eric, it is slow. It's been slow into that setting sun out toward Lithia Springs, I-20 westbound, on and off the brakes from 285, braking free before you get to Highway 92 in Douglasville. In DeKalb County, slowest part of that ride is actually I-20 westbound between Wesley Chapel and 285. A lot of that due to that 285 southbound slow ride just south of I-20 where that earlier trouble cleared at Boulder Crest. Then inside the perimeter, I-20 westbound, it's all brake lights from Moreland Avenue to the downtown connector. Speaking of, how is downtown, Andrew Seco?
Looking a little tough right now, Alex. The connector north and south still seeing that volume. It's looking a little intense. You're slow from East Point through the heart of downtown, all the way up past Midtown. Southbound, trouble starts just south of 400 on 85. You're feeling the pinch all the way up into Brookhaven. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Tiffany, said, Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful in answering any questions I had along the way. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm not surprised that Ragsdale Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical continues to grow and are looking for good, caring people to join their team. If you've got experience as a plumber, electrician, or you're an HVAC technician, give Ragsdale a call and become part of a great team. This is Scott Slate, and I used companies large and small until I went with Ragsdale years ago and saw firsthand how competent and caring a heating and air company could be. Many of their employees have been with them 10, 20, even 30 years. For a great opportunity to grow with a great company, go to ragsdaleair.com/careers and apply today.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, it is happening now. Police still at Lindley Middle School in Mableton at this hour, gathering evidence after a student opens fire there today. WSB Steve Summers reports live from the school about what one student heard and felt as the situation unfolded.
Yeah, Bill, authorities say that the student, we're not sure yet if it's a boy or a girl, shot him or herself with a gun that they brought to school this afternoon. Authorities say a police officer called for a code red, and students raced to a safe place in the school, the locker room in this case. The officer managed to take control of the gun pretty quickly and call for EMS for this injured student. And eighth grader in the school at the time says the worst part was having to wonder for so long about what was going on.
Is it real? Are we going to die? Is somebody really trying to do something? Supposedly, they were telling me, my friends, they were getting some information, and they told me that supposedly somebody tried to, suicide themselves.
At this hour, the student who brought the gun to school and attempted to commit suicide remains hospitalized in critical condition. Reporting live in Mableton, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
49 degrees in Atlanta. Will it stay dry through the end of the week and when we could see heavy rain? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. You heard President Biden live today on WSB announcing a deal to end the fighting between Israel and Hamas.
It's a 3-phase deal based on the ceasefire agreement the president introduced last spring.
I'm deeply satisfied. This day has finally come.
During phase 1,
fighting in Gaza will stop.
Then comes the first release of hostages,
including women and elderly, and the wounded.
Phases 2 and 3 will include a permanent end to the war, release of all living hostages, and the release of remains. Most of the deal will be implemented during the next administration. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
President Biden gives a farewell address to the nation tonight from the Oval Office. We'll carry it live starting at 8 o'clock here on 95.5 WSB. And due to our live coverage of the president's address, you'll hear the UGA basketball game versus Tennessee on 97.1 The River, starting with our pregame coverage at 7:35. Happening now, repair work continues and a boil water advisory remains in effect after a water main break in DeKalb County.
DeKalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran-Johnson cites two factors for the break on Claremont Road near Dresden Drive in Chamblee.
Freezing temperatures and aging pipes are a recipe for destruction.
Cases of water are placed at the nearby Racetrack gas station and at several area fire stations to help those impacted. North DeKalb resident Glenn Koss picked up one of those.
We have water main breaks all the time. Okay, the neighborhood is over like 100 years old.
Officials say crews from Birmingham, Alabama and Charlotte, North Carolina are helping with repairs. In DeKalb County, Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A 23-year-old woman is wanted on murder charges in Rockdale County after the death of her 1-year-old daughter. Gloria Wright faces charges of first-degree murder and cruelty to children. The sheriff's office is asking for the public's help in locating Wright. The largest fine ever by the State Ethics Commission targets a group founded by former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams.
The New Georgia Project agrees to pay $300,000 to the state for 16 ethics violations during the 2018 campaign. Commissioners found the group raised and spent millions of dollars that they didn't report. Commission Executive Director David Amati.
I think this sends a pretty clear message to the parties, to the public, and to potential bad actors moving forward that if you break the law to influence our elections, we're going to be diligent in our pursuit and we're going to hold you accountable for what you've done.
The group has 30 days to pay half of the fine and a year to pay the rest. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 6:04 and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now it's triple team traffic and here is Alex Williams.
Still watching the brake lights around I-285, Bill. 285 west and southbound. You slow in Dunwoody from Dunwoody Road. No relief till you get down to I-20, the West Freeway. Even on and off the brakes heading northbound up through Smyrna Vinings, passing Truist Park there in Cobb County. 285 east and southbound. It is a rough ride. Budget close to an hour leaving Georgia 400 around to I-20 in DeKalb County. How is the ride on I-85 out of DeKalb and Gwinnett County? Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing those brake lights really slowing you down out of Brookhaven, Alex 85 North, leaving you jammed up from Shallowford Road all the way up to Pleasant Hill Road. That's exit 104. The ride on 400 looking all right. A little stoppage northbound from Sandy Springs up into Roswell. And then the delays happen again through Alpharetta all the way up towards Milton. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening as temperatures fall into the upper 20s, low 30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and breezy, high 54. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Staying dry on Friday with partly cloudy skies, morning low 30, afternoon high 55. Rain showers return on Saturday. They will be widespread and heavy at times, with 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible through Saturday. Temperature-wise, morning low 43, afternoon high 52. Drying out but cooling down on Sunday. Morning low 40, afternoon high 45. An Arctic blast will arrive by Monday. Morning lows will be in the low 20s. Daytime high 32 on Monday. Staying cold for Tuesday and Wednesday. And watching for another potential Gulf low that may bring wintry precipitation back to metro Atlanta.
46 now in Peachtree Corners, 45 in Gainesville, and 47 in Hampton. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I guess Mr. Beast really did say that he would buy TikTok. Is that real? Does he have the money to buy TikTok? How much does TikTok cost?
Billions.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that precise, accurate. Do you have Mr. Beast saying that?
I do. This is, again,
Jimmy Donaldson or whatever his name is.
It's funny because nobody was giving him any of the headlines, but people were giving Musk all the headlines. Mr. Beast, credit to him. He's actually the first one to come out and say that he wanted to buy it.
Just got out of a meeting with a bunch of billionaires. TikTok, we mean business. This is my lawyer right here. We have an offer ready for you. We want to buy the platform. America deserves TikTok. Give me a seat at the table. Let me save this platform, TikTok. Just got out of a meeting with a bunch of...
Yeah, let me do it. I just got out of a meeting. Let's do it. We're going to say TikTok.
He sounds very, very stable.
Yes, I am. I created a video game where people fight each other and then they win money.
All right, let's do this.
It's time for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Joe.
Another
again?
one bites
Another
the dust.
communist. Look at that red shirt he's wearing.
I know, that's right.
Obvious commie.
Well, it's the big news today. The red dye number 3 getting pulled
Oh
off the
yeah,
market.
that's part of our Wellness Wednesday.
It is.
The crop of stories.
I'm
right?
celebrating.
You're celebrating with
Yes.
the color red because you don't like the dyes that are red. You don't
That's
think
right.
it's good.
It's bad for you. That's right. So I'm going to
you
wear it to my
think-
clothes.
You think that the government should decide that no one can have this, right?
No,
You're
I agree
you're
with
in
you.
favor for it, or
I just don't think it should have ever been put on the market. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a good thing. It's we have to have some protection of the.
How are you going to make things red?
How does it hurt people?
It can cause cancer.
Oh,
it causes cancer in rats.
So does the sun.
That's true. So we should ban the sun. It's
Ban
red.
the sun.
Now the sun's too retro.
Nighttime is the right time.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the sun. Come on now.
Have you heard this? This is supposedly what the sun sounds like.
I hate when they do this. When they're like,
Me
Jupiter
too.
sounds like this.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe, Autumn. I don't like. Does it like? First of all, if you're in space, you wouldn't hear the sun because unless you were like, you'd have to be on the sun to hear the sun,
Right, you
and
have
then
to
you'd
have
burn
air.
up.
Yeah.
So
how do we know that's true? This is.
I don't know what they.
It's like an image, right? It's like
Yeah.
the images that you see of the universe.
Yeah, like the
Right,
horse
that's not-
head thing or whatever.
Nebula.
Or even
nebula,
just
yeah.
the spiral, just our Milky Way.
Yeah.
You know, you're not seeing that.
They call
That's
it
just
an
a
audio-visual
representation.
clip, Autumn. An audio-visual clip.
Ah.
That doesn't mean. I know it doesn't mean anything.
That's what they're translating. That's how they're able to make it make sense, right? Is you're seeing it visually, and then they are making the visual side
Okay, hold
audio.
on. Hold on. You're making no sense.
What are you
First of
talking
all,
about? I make perfect sense.
everybody's seen the sun.
What-
so
no,
there's
but
no,
when you see
there's
the
no-
reactions on the sun, they are then adding in these sounds.
But
that
are they
sa-
adding in sounds that the sun is not making, or they're telling us that
It's an
It's an
interpretation
interpretation. That's what I'm
off of the
saying.
visual. Yes.
Oh, then it means nothing.
Well, that's the same thing as seeing. That's just light.
Yeah.
But then they're making the light.
Yeah.
I guess at different frequencies, going to different
I
sounds.
didn't realize
But they
it
can
was-
choose the sound. They could just make it all like oboes, or like on a keyboard where it's like.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
didn't
they
realize
can
it was
choose whatever
that
they
phony
wanted.
baloney. I thought like even if they had some sort of sound, they like Autumn was saying with the pictures that we see from space, and they look so beautiful. But like, what's the angle? Like, where do you have to be perched
You
to
don't. You
see
wouldn't
it
see
that
it
way?
the way that it's seen. Those are
Right.
called images because it comes from an imagination. An image is
Oh.
like a representation of what you might be able to see, and it's using ultraviolet light. It's using all these UV rays or whatever's that we
that
don't
you
see
wouldn't
as a
have,
UV.
you wouldn't see, right?
Yeah, and so that's what, and they're using all these different colors to make it dynamic. Because if you were out there, like literally in space as you looking at, those pillars like in Orion that are making stars or whatever.
Yeah.
You're not seeing that.
First of all, I'd be frozen and I would not be able to
Well,
see
I'm saying
anything.
like if you were magic, and
Yes.
you could like just zoom around.
Yes.
Yeah, then you wouldn't be seeing that literally. You wouldn't be seeing that image the way it
But
looks.
this is even more phony baloney than that. But,
Absolutely.
But I have to say that you're wrong about the whole Milky Way. They had a camera just outside the Milky Way that takes pictures of the Milky
But
Way.
I thought that one guy that like a Voyage or whatever,
Huh?
I thought that little guy hasn't made it past our. How are we seeing
Wait,
outside
about
of our galaxy?
Oh, Voyager 1.
I'm
yeah,
telling
it's
you,
past
they
Pluto, right?
built you didn't hear about this? They built a platform just outside the Milky Way, and they put cameras on it.
Yeah, they got a guy there taking pictures.
Yeah, and so that's how we get the
Fred.
pictures of the Milky Way. Fred.
Yeah, Fred. It's a Polaroid, and he takes a picture with his phone and then sends it back to us.
Yeah, and he just nudges it towards us.
Yes,
and then it just floats.
It just it takes it takes a little while, but we get it. So this red dye.
Yes.
I now this goes to like all the RFK stuff and everything. Now, on one hand, myself, I say, well, if red dye doesn't need to be in there in order for it to be food, then
Right.
why have it in there? Now, the reason it's in there is because people want their candy to look a certain way, and there are other things
Right,
that
they have
they want.
maraschino cherries, and yeah.
So are maraschino cherries now going to look like gray?
They'll be less red. They just won't be as red.
Well, the big concern, guys, is
I think all the red maraschino cherries is put back in by the dye because
Oh,
I think
yeah,
they
yeah.
wash them out. It's like
It'll be clear. It'll be like crystal gravy.
Yeah.
Can't they use beet juice? That's what they use in a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
use
things.
beet juice.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that has
Uh-huh.
flavor. Can you take the flavor out of it and just use the coloring?
They use beetles. They grind up beetle shells.
Oh, I want more of that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd like to have that.
This Red Dye 3, we got Valentine's Day next month. It's in your Ring Pops, your Brock's candy corn, the Valentine's Day candy, the little hearts. It's in all that
not
stuff.
My candy, but it doesn't have
not my president, not my candy.
It doesn't have anything to do with the flavor, though. Nothing would change about the flavor. But would you be able to have like a red heart, kind of thing that says "Be My Valentine"? We're losing a lot here.
We are. That's right. I'm devastated.
Well, when they try to sell food and sell candy, they use the eyes, right? They want you to find it attractive.
But they sell in other countries. It's not bright red, and it sells there.
Yeah, but they're boring people.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're not Americans. They're American.
So my question is, this red dye, because wasn't it illegal for a long time, and then they made it legal? One of them
was red dye number 5.
Oh, so is this number 3?
This number 3. Yeah.
Number 5 is still around.
Number 5.
I thought they banned it and then they brought it back because they used to be red M&Ms.
Yes,
right. And they had red dye number 5. They got rid of them.
Yeah,
right.
And then they brought it back.
M&M sales collapsed.
Yes, they did.
Because
they tasted different.
Because they look different, they tasted different.
You got to watch out with the cookies with the red sprinkles too. The red sprinkles apparently.
It always
have
had
the
a weird
red dye
flavor.
3.
It always had a weird flavor. The red dye stuff.
I thought it was flavorless.
I always thought it tasted funny. I didn't like it.
Is it synthetic? Is it laboratory made? It doesn't come from any kind of natural
there's no
thing?
natural source there. It's
I just wonder how many people. Let's say we don't have the red dye. Well, that's my response. I just wonder, how many people how many lives do you think will actually be saved because we don't have red dye in our
we'll never
candy?
Know. Your eye won't get caught driving along. You look at the red candy. Let me grab that.
Oh.
Boom! Crash.
Oh, you're talking about other things.
Absolutely.
The red dye can distract you.
Yes.
Well, I hadn't thought about that.
They used to put it in cosmetics. They took it out of cosmetics, and then they started using beetle shells, and that's what a lot of those. Conkeal, I think it's called, and that's
really
it's ground up beetle shells. Yeah.
Yeah, those beetles, they're not clean.
That's true.
I mean, what are they doing for us?
Yeah.
Give us your shells and
That's right.
give us a color.
I'm sure somebody out there is fighting to save the beetles.
Yeah, don't kill the beetles. There's only 700 trillion of them.
Yes.
All right. So are you in favor of this or not?
I give a thumbs up on this one. Yes. There's about 8 other dyes I think they should all come out too. But like Fruit Loops in the other countries, they use fruit colors.
What do they use? Are they still colorful over there, or
not
are
as
they just
bright.
all bland?
They're colorful. Yeah, they're just not as.
They're gray loops.
Fluorescent.
They're called. Gray loops.
It is interesting. Like
they're going to take the color out of our life, man.
When you were in Spain, I'm sure you witnessed a little bit of this. I don't know how many of like the convenience stores you popped in or bodegas you popped in, but I mean, like when you buy food there, it does feel more natural and it does feel a little cleaner.
The food that I ate there did feel more real.
Yeah.
Now that might just be because like psychosomatic, because I'm in a different country, but and also the portions were smaller. For most everything. Really good food, portions are small.
And it's Maggiano's family style per person.
Yeah,
right?
and take another one home. You should have this much Alfredo 2 days in a row.
Your colon should never work again.
Buy one entree, get 2 more dinners.
Hell yeah. Block up everything. Yes, no, I agree with this. I'm happy with it.
I worry about you give a little bit too much power to the regulatory agencies. But, this is going into the RFK Jr. thing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just like, he's kind of a wacko. Let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, Trump, I know that he's not there yet, but this is the fear from a lot of industry is that when he gets there, he's going to go after all of these things.
Yes.
And I think at some point, my son was making an argument about this over the weekend, much too loud in my opinion, but he did make a good point about all like processed foods being bad, like the bad guy now, the villain.
Yeah, the ultra processed
and
foods,
he's saying like, and his point was just processed, like anything that you do with food is a process, and we're creating this large bin.
Right.
And his point was, if you have a debate with these people, ultimately they just start talking about bad foods, which were already bad foods to begin with. So we're using this word processed in a way that maybe is a little bit larger than what it actually entails.
Yeah, but it should be an ultra-processed food. Ultra-processed foods are ingredients that you wouldn't have in the average kitchen.
Right.
That makes it an ultra-processed food, and 5 or more
But again, at some point, like
I have sodium dextromethorphan. Is that cool?
Like climate change to hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
At some point, people are going to have to go, no, here's an actual connection. My son's point was a lot of these are causal. No, it's not causal, but correlation.
Correlation, not causation, right.
Not causation. And he made a pretty good point. Much too loud, in my opinion, and much
You're
too
just getting old,
too
that's all.
vociferous with it. But I had
Was he
to
up in your
admit,
face?
no, he wasn't up in my face. But it was a large room full of people, and everybody was chattering because the Green Bay Philadelphia game was boring. So we ended up on a long argument about processed foods. That's how we roll at the Von Hessler compound. An argument about, but I think
dorks.
Even though he was,
that game was so boring. A.J. Brown was reading a book. Remember?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was a self-help book. That's true. Did you see that? He was on the sideline reading a
Self-help
book.
was it?
I don't. It's taking
Football
off.
for Dummies?
It's like,
Whoa!
I don't even know if that's a good joke because I don't know if he's good or not.
He is very
He's
good.
amazing.
He's very
okay.
good. Alex Williams.
I'm not a fan.
Inner Excellence is the name of the book he's reading. Inner Excellence.
People are saying that he doesn't like his quarterback and he only got one throw his way during that game. And so him reading a book was supposed to be that he's disrespecting his team while they're trying to win, which they did win big. But then people are saying, no, he reads this book on the sideline all the time. And if you look at it from the sideline, you can see that he's underlined passages. Like he's familiar with this book.
Again, the book's name is Inner Excellence.
Inner Excellence. Probably a bunch of nonsense, but if it helps you, it helps you. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 on the west side.
And that is going to be some inner loop trouble. Left lane crash, 285 northbound, Eric. The inner loop at Hollowell Parkway, exit 12. You're seeing those brake lights back before Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Another inner loop crash. This one's heading between Dunwoody and Doraville. It's knocking out the right lane, 285 eastbound. The inner loop as you approach the exit to Peachtree Boulevard. So that is just keeping that ride extra slow from Georgia 400 as you come out of Sandy Springs. Outer loop west and southbound slow from Ashford Dunwoody around I-20 the West Freeway. But we do have some outer loop trouble in DeKalb County. Andrew Seco, Cool Rate Carrier Traffic Center.
That we do. Looking at a left lane crash, slowing you down through Tucker, 285 north, the outer loop, La Vista Road, exit 37. Already feeling the pinch back into Scottdale. Second worst of things looks to be on the north side through Sandy Springs. 285 west has you on and off those brakes from Peachtree Dunwoody Road all the way down to I-20 on the southwest side. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
Informative and topical when you want it.
Industrial nations need to cut back and a break when you need it. You know, there have been these wild theories about the UFOs out there for some time. Eric Erickson. It's faster than the sound barrier.
Tomorrow at noon, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
If the last few years have taught us one thing as we head into another year, it's to value the things we can control. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Addressing hair loss, no exception. Our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration can reverse years or even decades of hair loss with their simple one-day treatment. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and your new hair guaranteed to grow for life. It works for bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning, men, women, younger, wiser. Advanced Hair's top-rated physicians have changed tens of thousands of lives, and now it's your turn. Schedule your free consultation by calling 470-660-HAIR, and to celebrate the new year, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Value the things you can control and start regrowing your own natural hair today. That's 470-660-HAIR, or discover what meeting your resolution could look like with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and enjoy up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Wrecks will happen, and insurance will try to pay as little as possible. It's Smile and Mark McKay. When bad traffic leads to a bad accident, get a great lawyer. I recommend John Foy & Associates, the strong arm. There's no cost until they win. JohnFoy.com.
What'd you say?
Please tell me there were no microphones.
No mics.
Okay. No. All right. Woo!
So my wife would fall in that category.
Skirted that one. Skirted that. Autumn would never have forgiven me. I'm so glad she didn't hear that.
No, she's an Orthodox woman, and she would not tolerate that.
She's heterodox, my friend.
Heterodox? Okay.
What does that mean? That means she goes against authority, right?
No.
Isn't that what does heterodox mean?
I think that would be with authority.
If only we had a machine that would fit in the palm of our hand that would give us all the answers.
I got one, but you don't want to see it. No, I don't do that.
It is hetero.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, would you like to? That doesn't seem quite. Excuse me again. What was that, George Clark? Because you thought heterodox meant orthodox.
Yeah,
Orthodox would be a different thing.
You're right.
Oh my gosh, Eric Von Crybaby, quit complaining about every damn thing.
Well, Orthodox is so.
What?
Orthodox has become so odd now that I'm just confused in my head.
Orthodox is the most rules-based in anything.
Yeah, but that's almost taboo and different now.
You were just wrong. You don't have to try to talk your way out of it.
Come on.
We're not married. You can just say, hey, all right, Eric got me on this one.
Ortho means
Watch
to
him call in sick for the rest of the week.
Ortho means to straighten. Like an orthodontist. It means to straighten.
So is
well,
there
the orthodox would be the straight and narrow.
That's right.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Another story? We're talking about health.
We're talking
Wellness.
We've had a lot of sighing on today's show. Okay.
From healthline.com.
Yeah, they stink.
We're already in the second week of January, and people are saying that dry January is too dry. And they're saying try damp January instead. What do you think, Dr. Joe?
No.
What? Moist January.
No,
it's
goes
moist
autumn.
March.
Moist March? Okay. It's warmer.
Moist March.
Too cold in the winter. Yeah.
Fetid February.
These are very serious issues, please.
Yes.
Damp January is
First of all, who cares about all that? How about just live your life? Stop with this. I don't know what it is. It's like the millennials, everybody's got to have, we don't touch ourselves November. And, dry January. How about just live your life, moderation in all things? Usually probably the best advice ever of all time. By the way, that also means be extreme every once in a while, because even in moderation, you'd have to be moderate, which means every once in a while you'd be extreme. Moderation in all things.
Didn't we peak with Rocktober and September?
Yeah, but those were the good old days.
That's right. You could do whatever you want.
If you
just enough with this. What is it about people between the ages of 18 and 40 that they have to be doing something along with everybody else for a month?
If you don't like dry January, there's also Veganuary, and it will help you lose weight and get healthier in 2025. So
Veganuary?
Veganuary, yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
It sure does. So I wonder which one, Dr. Joe, do you...
It's BS. It's
Yes.
all BS. That you're not gonna you're not going to do yourself any good by starting the year off not drinking for a month and then drinking like crazy for 11 months. That doesn't do any good.
I did meet somebody that had just come off of a month or two of sobriety just for fun, I guess, and he was super drunk. I was like, well, a lot of good that month, did you?
Yeah. It's like, I just think it's less about getting sober for a month than it is with this need with these, I don't know, the millennials and the Gen Zers to just always be doing something en masse. It shows up on the TikTok things. Everybody's doing every trend. Trends last now for like 8 days. They used to last 6 months to a year. I mean, when I was growing up, the pet rock, that was big for a year.
Yeah,
it was like a stupid trend. It lasted for like a year.
Now, cinnamon challenge. One day you choke, you're done.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I guess maybe the trends got too dangerous.
That's what it was.
All the trendy have been killed off. Alex Williams says there's multiple crashes on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, not the spot to be today. 285 has been a rough one, Eric, and we have a crash in the right lane heading out of Dunwoody into Doraville. 285 eastbound, the Interloop Peachtree Boulevard exit 31. Those brake lights grab you right back at Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. Now in DeKalb County, also a crash. This one's in the left lane. 285 northbound, the outer loop past La Vista Road. You slow right around Lawrenceville Highway, Highway 29. The Interloop southbound delays continue, leaving I-85 Spaghetti Junction congestion as you head down to I-20, the East Freeway. A lot of brake lights downtown also, Andrew Seco.
That there are. The connector north and south looking a lot like a parking lot right now. You are slow from East Point through the heart of downtown up into Midtown southbound. Our trouble starts just south of 400 on 85, feeling the pinch all the way back up into Brookhaven. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine, using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Happy New Year from your friends at Lloyd Advisor Group. As we look into 2025, it is very common to set goals and expectations for the year. Personally, I try to have goals in each area of my life to help provide direction and guidance to my steps. One goal for this year is to be more present in the moment, given each area its due. I would encourage you to do the same thing with each of the goals you set for this year. And if one of your goals this year is to address your financial situation, we would love to help you. Call us at 770-766-5611. Again, that's 770-766-5611. We would thoroughly enjoy making this year the year you reach that goal.
Advisory services offered through Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC. The Lloyd Group Incorporated is an independent licensed insurance agency, and you may be provided with information regarding the purchase of insurance and other financial products.
When you open a garage door, you realize we live in magical times. People used to live in huts made from dung. Now we have houses so big there's a special door on the front so you can drive your car right inside. And the door opens itself by magic when you're still half a block away. Imagine telling that to the townsfolk who had to yank open the castle drawbridge with a giant chain every time the king felt like a stroll. So why doesn't your garage door do all the magical, wonderful things we've worked 4.5 billion years to invent? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. We repair broken or stubborn garage doors and get them working like new. Better parts, fresh lubrication, full service, good as new. Magical times. You don't have to live every day with an awesome thing that isn't awesome just because it needs to be fixed. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Magical times.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story is scared today for students at Lindley Middle School in Cobb County. There's a code red lockdown after a shooting at school. This student says they didn't know what was going on for a while.
They told me that supposedly somebody tried to suicide themselves.
And the female student is now in critical condition with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The code red alert was lifted after police confirmed there was no threat to other students. It is 48 degrees in Atlanta, dropping into the 30s tonight before warming up into the 50s by tomorrow afternoon, when we could see another round of icy weather in Atlanta. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Celebrations in Gaza. A ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas to end 15 months of fighting in Gaza. Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem. The deal also calls for the release of hostages.
The Hostage Family Forum called the deal a significant step forward that brings us closer to seeing all the hostages return. However, they said in a statement, they also have deep anxiety and concern regarding the possibility that the agreement might not be fully implemented and hostages would be left behind. 98 Israeli hostages remain in Gaza, although at least a third of them have been declared dead.
President Biden says he hopes the agreement leads to a permanent end to the war. All new this half hour, Governor Kemp announces changes to his health care program known as Pathways to help low-income families.
Under the changes, parents with children under 6 would no longer have to fulfill an 80-hour work requirement to keep their health care.
For parents or legal guardians trying to get back in the workforce or provide for their families, lack of health insurance may be one of those challenges that is simply too great for them to overcome.
Governor Kemp has resisted the calls for years to expand Medicaid fully here in Georgia. Critics like House Minority Leader Carolyn Hughley say the program is falling short of a full expansion.
It's off to a very slow start.
From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
As work continues on one water main break in DeKalb County, there's a new one reported now on North Druid Hills Road. It is not far from the one on Claremont Road. Work continues there to repair a 30-inch water main. It'll continue until water pressure is restored. The boil water advisory remains in place until further notice. Residents in the affected area can get bottled water at several locations nearby. It could be a few more days before a major gasoline pipeline is back up and running as crews deal with a suspected leak in Paulding County.
Crews are excavating soil in the area around Peg Colbridge Trail as they try to isolate the source of a suspected leak from Colonial Pipeline's Line 1, which transports 1.5 million barrels of gasoline across the southeast each day. And Colonial officials think it could be Friday before they can resume operations. Paulding Emergency Management is standing by, but at this point, there are no evacuations, road closures, or known environmental impacts. Experts say gas prices should not be affected if service is restored soon. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
A Southwest Airlines pilot is facing DUI charges in Savannah. Police say David Alsop was arrested after boarding a flight at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. Southwest says it is aware of the incident that resulted in the delay of a flight to Chicago this morning. The employee has been removed from duty, and Southwest is reviewing what happened. The airline says it takes this incident very seriously. News about your health now, and experts are calling for a new way to decide who is obese besides BMI.
The new measures focus on the amount of fat that people carry around their waist, so your waist-to-hip ratio may be a better way to check. And Dr. Celine Gounder says there is also the day-to-day activities.
Can you climb up and down stairs? If you're not able to because of your weight, that would be clinically obese.
And there's also a call for 2 new categories of obesity. Clinical obesity, that's for people who already have chronic diseases associated with obesity. And then the second category is called preclinical obesity, and that would signify that a person has elevated risk for developing a health condition because of their level of body fat. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Been a rough afternoon on I-285 all around the city, Bill, and it continues. Right now, they're holding all lanes in DeKalb County, trying to get this crash off to the right. 285 northbound, the outer loop, just past La Vista Road, exit 37. That's slowing you, leaving Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. As I speak, that crash is, again, trying to go off to the right. We've also had a crash. It's still there in the right lane, heading into Dorville out of Dunwoody. 285 eastbound, the inner loop, Peachtree Boulevard, exit 31. You slow back to Roswell Road. Now new trouble on I-85 in Gwinnett County. Andrew Seco, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
New trouble indeed. Right lane blocked out here with a crash 85 south of Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. Delays backing you all the way past the 316 fork. Might be time to hop on Satellite Boulevard or Buford Highway to save you a little bit of time. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening as temperatures fall into the upper 20s, low 30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and breezy, high 54. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Staying dry on Friday with partly cloudy skies, morning low 30, afternoon high 55. Rain showers return on Saturday. They will be widespread and heavy at times with 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible through Saturday. Temperature-wise, morning low 43, afternoon high 52. Drying out but cooling down on Sunday, morning low 40, afternoon high 45. An Arctic blast will arrive by Monday. Morning lows will be in the low 20s, daytime high 32 on Monday. Staying cold for Tuesday and Wednesday, and watching for another potential Gulf low that may bring wintry precipitation back to metro Atlanta.
Right now it's 48 degrees in Midtown Atlanta, 43 in Dunwoody, and it's 44 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Here's how to make this Valentine's Day spectacularly memorable. Go see my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry in Beaufort and ask them to show you their exclusive selection of De Beers Forevermark diamonds. Every Forevermark diamond is a piece of art, beautiful, natural, rare, and responsibly sourced. Tara is one of the few select jewelers qualified to carry them. Tara Fine Jewelry Company, where I've been doing business for over 25 years. Your authorized De Beers Forevermark jeweler, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia. A short drive, even from Atlanta.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
A DUI conviction might cost you your license. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
When it comes to cooling, heating, and hot water for your home, there's a solution that's good for your wallet and the planet.
I switched to a water furnace geothermal heat pump because it uses the energy in my yard to provide incredibly efficient conditioning for our home and uses zero on-site fossil fuels. I'm protecting resources for future generations. It's a win for our environment.
I made the switch to water furnace geothermal because it will pay for itself in just a few years. While the upfront cost might be higher, incentives and rebates make it affordable for everyone. Water furnace units are twice as efficient and last 40% longer than other HVAC systems. And the average water furnace owner in Georgia pays less than $50 a month to condition their entire home. It's a win for our family's bottom line.
Whether you're driven by the environment or by savings, water furnace geothermal heat pumps provide the best of both worlds. Make the switch today. Visit waterfurnace.com to learn more about how geothermal can work for you.
A couple of issues here. One is we're trying to figure out why it smells like it's burning in here, but it's not coming out of the kitchen, so we got people on that.
That's how dedicated we are here at WSB.
We don't care.
We are still on the air despite smelling burning.
Well, there's no alarms going off or anything, but there's a definite kind of something.
It smells like an HVAC went bad. That's what I suspect.
When you say went bad, usually I think of like an HVAC when you first turn it on the heat, because all the dust that's settled over time, that kind of like burns really fast, and so you smell that at first, yes, but the heat's been on here for months.
So what I think may have happened, and this happened to my neighbors downstairs, is when you're going from like an AC to a heat frequently, like in a building like this, there's this awful smell that happens if it just breaks down. And I've smelled something like this before.
Smells like a burning clutch. You remember you ever smell a clutch?
That's a good way to describe it. Maybe that's what it is.
That's right.
Maybe there's a burning clutch in the HVAC system.
This show is so hot.
Possibility.
Yes.
Another thing is we're all on some drug that we found out that Dr. Joe invented 2 weeks ago.
I got a bathtub and I just mixed it all up.
No, it's not that one. It's it's not his vitamin K.
Mega Liquid D3 with K2.
No, I didn't give him. I didn't give him any chewables. No, these are chewables. These are nitric oxide and ginseng.
Yeah.
And you'll notice I gave some to Shelly. Feels great. Bill Caiaccio feels great.
Yeah.
So, and you'll feel great in about 10 minutes.
So, listen, if all three of us die,
Don't say that.
all roads
Don't
lead
say
to.
that.
I will tell you this: the colors.
Beautiful, huh?
I'm looking at my
amazing,
hands. The trails are amazing.
Nope, they'll be on my website in about 3 or 4 weeks. They're coming from the manufacturer. But
yes, you invented a drug.
I invented a supplement.
Okay.
Yes.
And is that do you run that by the FDA? How does that work?
This is made by a chemist.
What did I put in my body?
Nitric oxide, ginseng, and stevia. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Stevia.
Stevia. Yes.
I'm sure I'll be all right. Should I be? Should people be warned about their? I hear like some of these things that if it opens up your blood vessels.
Yeah, it's
and then if you take an ED drug or something like that, then your heart goes.
No, it's a nitric oxide's a vasodilator, helps lower blood pressure.
Yes.
And the ginseng's an aphrodisiac, actually. So Jane, I'm going to call her and tell her, be careful.
It's just good. It's better to go up than down.
Well, it's kind of weird that he's giving all these guys an aphrodisiac. And,
Yeah, you know.
What are you up to? What's going on with you?
I'll be in the bathroom. Come meet me.
Here's another issue for the station right now. I got to know, is there some entity? You know, we have a lot of different radio stations in here. And then you've got this corporate culture that, you know, who knows what. And is somebody doing some sort of social experiment? If you have you gone back to the single bathrooms back there at all lately, Jared Yamamoto?
Not in a little
All
while.
right, right in front of Langoria's office, right? Where that little setup
yeah,
is.
the office is back there.
There's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
couch and everything. So the last couple of days, one of these stations that have had one of these money machines, it's like a blow-up money machine. The person goes in, money, $100 bills fly around. You grab as many as you can. Right. So I came in a couple days ago, and somebody was sitting on the couch, and that machine was up, and there were they appear to be real, $100 bills inside there. And now for the last 2 days, it's just been deflated. The bills are still in there, and there are bills on the couch. They look to be real to me.
They can't be.
They look to be real to me, but I'm not going to be the guy on security cam going over to pick one up and look at it. And you know, there's corporations, they could just be like, we need to fire somebody. Put a trap out there.
That's it, yeah. Should I go and grab one and we can do a little investigation?
Well, I think if we say that, George, this timestamp it.
Yes.
George is being sent to do this so that we can figure out if these are real $100 bills. Because it's been there for like 2 days, and I'm just wondering, are they just, they do this like candid camera stuff from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody doing a reality show to see if radio people are honest?
Yeah, you're gonna get punked, right? You touch it and it has some weird stuff on it, and you pass
No,
out.
if they're real, there's well over $1,000.
I'll be right back.
Just sitting there.
Tim, where'd Tim go?
So I don't know. I just feel like it's some kind of set. I'm good at it. I was like, oh, you're not going to get me on that one. Uh-huh. I ain't losing my job for $100.
I'll put a Jared mask on and go back there.
I think
the cameras
noticed.
are great. The
What?
cameras. I remember there was an issue on Aram's show a couple years ago where somebody stole food that was Aram's, and they pulled the cameras. Yeah, they pulled the cameras, and you could see clear as day who it was.
It's like a casino around here. There's like those little black things in the sky. That
Was
are
it you, Jared?
Cameras.
It was not me.
Yeah, don't pick, don't scratch. They're watching.
It would never be me because my palate is too.
You don't like tacos,
little,
buddy?
Well, but you probably put
too spicy for you,
You'd
pal.
probably put like peppers in there and stuff.
Yeah, give him the little kid taco, buddy. Cheese and meat.
That's what I call a taco, Mark Aram. That's what I call a taco.
Thanks, buddy.
What do you think? What, George?
Well, it says right here, for motion picture purposes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty good.
They
It's
do look pretty real from a
They
distance.
look real because they have like a strip on them that looks like okay. All right. Well, we've solved that mystery. Thank you, George. I didn't want to be seen on security, bending over and picking one
Don't
up.
try
and
to
looking
don't
at
try
it.
to spend that, George.
Yeah,
all right,
certainly.
Watch out there,
okay,
George. He
all
was willing to sacrifice you to go do that. Look, you see that? You realize that?
Well, what do you have underlings for?
That is dirty there. That is dirty, Aaron.
If an underling isn't disposable, I mean, what the hell good are they for? Right, George?
That's right.
That's right. I know your place. All right. Do you have more health stories, wellness
I
stories?
sure do. This is from the
I think I'm
Bright.
getting stoned off of that supplement.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm tripping.
From the brightsideofnews.com, Dutch researchers have discovered the maximum age a human being can attain. Any guesses?
The maximum you can get to.
Maximum you can get to.
Yes.
Well, I hear that we've heard stories about people who are like 120, but they're now going into it and saying, it was BS. They didn't have a birth certificate.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
200.
It is different for men and women, just a little bit.
Not much, but
Men can live longer or shorter?
Women live longer.
Yes.
Yeah, because,
by about a year. Women can live about a year and a half longer than men.
they have the weight of the world on their shoulders.
That's right.
Stress a man out.
We don't live longer, just seems that way.
Yeah. I'm going to say that I think it would be about no more than 130.
It is less than 130, yes.
It's 115.7 years for women and 114.1 years for men.
Yeah, so what are they all upset about? They're living longer.
That's right.
This world was made for them,
They
right,
inherit
Autumn?
everything. They inherit everything.
Oh, she's gone. That's right. Autumn.
That's right, yeah.
Thank you, Autumn. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's Autumn too. Autumn too. But if you take the supplements,
Autumn. We'll call it. We'll call Autumn.
Autumn.
This is Autumn.
Nice.
Oh, is that the dog?
Yeah. Gotta be method.
I like it. You're kind of creating the whole Autumn world.
Are you in a closet with the...
Mom! Get out of here. Go.
All right. Let's do some traffic, and then we'll come back, and we'll do a little more Dr. Joe, and then we'll get the hell out of here. What do you say? Huh? Sound like a plan?
Plan.
All right.
100 to spend.
Yeah, this guy's got motion picture money to start spreading around town.
Hey, go use that in Trilith, man. It'll
Hey,
go a long way.
ladies. Hey, ladies. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 85 in Gwinnett.
Yep, Eric, we got one in Gwinnett County on I-85 southbound. This is a crash. It's in the right center lane just before Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. They're going to try to get it off to the right, but that's why you're seeing the brake lights leaving Highway 316. Northbound still sluggish from Chamblee Tucker Road as you make your way up through Norcross into Duluth. And a crash clearing off to the right, Lithia Springs, I-20 westbound, just past Thornton Road, exit number 44. Better news with some crashes on 285. Andrew Seco, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Better news indeed. Things move to the shoulder out of Tucker, 285 north, the outer loop at La Vista Road, exit 37. Those speeds catching up quite nicely. Southwest side trouble gone as well. Those speeds picking up on the outer loop through Smyrna Vinings, but we are seeing some new brake lights slowing you down through Lithia Springs. 20 westbound has you on and off those brakes from Six Flags till Thornton Road, exit 44. This report sponsored by the Georgia Aquarium. Georgia Aquarium's brand new Aqua Pass unlocks a year of free visits. Just pay for a single day, then come back as many times as you want to see everything you want. Get your Aqua Pass at georgiaaquarium.org. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way to treat your aching bones and joints. And that starts with predicting problems before they even become problems, up to a year in advance, with up to 93% accuracy. When you save time avoiding surgeries you don't need, you can spend time doing the things you love. When it comes to healthcare, a better system means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire Ready with David Nicholas of Nicholas Wealth Management Saturday at 6 to get answers to your retirement. Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
But if I was a little shorter,
then it would work.
Then that kind of
6'6" guys.
tomfoolery could happen beneath the console. Oh yeah,
Well,
nothing worse in my life can happen than Jared Yamamoto being 100%
It just happens
correct.
a lot, especially lately. Too.
Lately, yeah.
So
goodness.
the burning that we were smelling apparently came from the HVAC because they flipped it from one to the other. Okay, fine. Hope you're happy with yourself.
This is avenge for George for coming after George like that, making
Going
him go
what?
and get that $100 bill.
Oh,
and making him
George.
apologize for the Orthodox for heterosexual.
What? Can't you fight your own battles, George Clark?
I'm happy for Jared.
You know what? We're looking out for each other. Team M right here. Team Millennial.
You know, it's a new era. And I think loyalty is something that's going to be very important, George Clark. So.
Sorry, Jared, you're on your own.
Dang it, George. How loyal was my staff? That's what I'm going to be asking.
Listen, the important thing is I remember.
Yeah, right here, buddy. Sorry, Jared, but you got the loyal one right here.
Yeah,
You
it's-
know who's loyal.
Who, Mark Aram?
No, me.
No.
Me.
You said, hey, buddy. So
I
thought
got
you were
this
going,
drug, whatever Joe made. I'm
I
like,
know.
whoa.
We're all freaking
Are
out.
you feeling it?
There's a little, I feel a little clearer. I don't feel stoned or anything.
Yeah.
Yes,
Your pupils are gigantic.
You
Eric.
are so psychosomatically
damn right.
driven.
If Joe had told me to
That
turn
you-
me into a red Hulk, I'd be happy.
No, it kind of clears things up a little bit.
It does.
It's like smelling salts.
Yeah. But not gross.
Are smelling salts gross?
Yeah, they're horrible.
The NFL people love it. They're always
waste
see
your
quarterbacks over
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah, before
Yeah.
they go out there.
They
Woo.
see the field.
They get. You know what?
clearer.
I got to get this to the NFL.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Yes, you do.
Dr. Joe's energy pills.
Before you know it, there's going to be a team
Dr.
named
Joe's energy
Yeah,
pills.
that ain't making it to the NFL.
Dr. Joe's energy pills.
Before you know it, there's going to be a team named after Dr. Joe. Whatever it's going to be, the
the red
Joes.
shirts.
The Joes.
That's right, the Joes. The Jersey Red Shirts.
All right. Do we have maybe one quick story for Joe before Joe tells us how to get more Dr. Joe and we get the hell out of here?
You know what?
Not that I want to. I don't want the audience to think that I'm in any hurry. I'm not. I love this, but the clock is the clock.
And you're all clear now, too. You can go another couple
Clear.
hours.
I could go another couple hours.
My buddies
Shelley
have-
Winter. All I know about this is Shelley Winter was slumping in his chair, and then Dr. Joe gave him the supplement, and he's just like, wow,
It's my pep pill.
It's ready to go.
I got
Help me.
It turns out, Eric, and this is going to go against what you like here. It says keeping the thermostat between these temperatures is best. I'm not going to say senior's brains here, but it says that keeping
What is a
between
senior? Am I a senior? I'm 60.
68 to 75 degrees.
Ah, those are old people.
That's
not
the
me.
temperature. 68 to 75 degrees.
Oh, yeah, no. That's the temperature, not your age.
All right, so what is it between 68 and 72?
68 and 75 is the degrees, and then it's those 65 and older are considered seniors.
Okay, so it's not quite me yet. I like between 68 and 72 degrees myself. I don't know what is optimal for human beings or older
this
human
is
beings. Or,
best brain function. Their cognitive function.
I
Works
I
best.
keep the studio cold, and everybody yells at me.
I'm with you.
Although
Yeah.
I will say somebody has done something behind the scenes because it has become impossible for me to make the studio as cold as I used to make it.
Jared.
And I don't know if Jared's behind this.
Not me.
Or Tim
I would
Andrews.
tell you.
Or somebody.
I'm
but
HVAC
something's
boy.
going on. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
You have knowledge.
This is your ballywick.
You just exposed yourself. You have the knowledge of HVAC.
Eric gave us a
Something's
things break,
happening.
don't they speech, which
Yeah.
was, if you go behind my back, I'm not going to trust you. I'm like, I won't go behind your
That's
back.
right. Okay. All right. If I find any whistleblowers.
Done. Leave the
Ow.
gun. Take the cannolis. That's it.
So I've noticed I can't make the studios, but I like the studio to be very, very cold while we're doing the show because my brain stays awake. I don't get logy. I don't fall asleep. I don't get tired. And so is that because I'm getting older?
Well, according to this,
I've kind of
yes.
always been that
Well, actually,
way.
if it gets too cold, it's the cognitive function actually declines.
It
So-
freezes.
Yes. So for you, that you're not old enough to have the decline in cognitive function when it's cold.
Yeah, but it's coming. I can
Oh, yeah.
always look forward to it.
64, man.
That's the great
65,
thing
right?
about
65,
life.
yes.
65.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Joe, tell people how they can get more Dr. Joe, and do it quickly.
Sunday night, 7 to 9, right here on WSB. My website, drjoe.com, drjoe.com. Call me with your health questions. All the supplements are on the website, drjoe.com. I want to be your doctor. We have offices in Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb. Call and make an appointment now.
I didn't understand a damn thing. That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. You know us. We're good patriots. You know what that means. We never question authority. We do what we're told. Shelley Winter. He's got the pep pills in him. He's ready to do a great show. Why do you have your hand up?
And before I forget, too, after
Joe
Shelley,
Biden.
We're going to have Joe Biden's farewell speech.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, goodbye.
You're on WSB.
The mic is yours.
We did it. We beat
After
nobody.
After all that great entertainment, we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue.